Oh my god, my face is tomato red.
Why does my second what's it called? Persona 4 stream have 70 views? What happened?
What?
I view botted it.
Thanks, Ivan.
If you're gonna view bot it, can you buy a few more?
Also, could you maybe view bot during the stream?
No.
Well, if he would only use big follows. But big follows is a scam.
All right, Genshin Impact. Finally, let me actually open the game, dude. Gotta get that swimsuit skin.
I should white balance my webcam so that I don't look that red.
You should like up the contrast.
So I look obnoxiously red.
Yeah.
Adam, do the live notifications. Come on.
I'm doing
it.
You're
come on, faster. I mean, it's like putting pepperoni on a pizza, you know?
Can you shut up? Also, no, it's not.
What happened at work today? Anything fun?
I feel really bad because Dimitri, I think, is alone now.
Yeah.
With drivers. I mean, a whole bunch of drivers, but like, whether or not people are there is variable.
One of the girls that you love, Ivan, was there today.
Thank you. Was that desperate?
Yeah.
And also, were you there yesterday, Ivan?
Yeah.
New chick?
So
yeah, Morgan too. Better Morgan.
Yeah, better Morgan.
She's really nice. I like
her. Martin, remember that's when we were watching Kyo in Kyoto.
Yeah.
Right?
It was when we were watching Kyo in Kyoto. My favorite new anime on Japanese public access television.
Kyo in Kyoto, dude. You get to unlock this.
I forgot my Maho voice. Hold on.
Oh, I mean, yeah, we did it once.
Or something like that. Alright, guys, you get 25 days to get this awesome Genshin Impact. What's cosmetic?
I think I was supposed to do it something like this, where it was just very high, like a falsetto.
There we go.
Come on, Martin, just tie a phrase to the voice, then you win.
Yeah.
Crackle bread.
Crackle bread. I remember I was like coming in really fast, not realizing that Martin would definitely not be here yet. So I parallel parked because I have to parallel park, and then I just like said in the Okabe voice, "Behold the power of parallel parking!" Like not even not even intending to do that, and then exited my car with my Dr. Pepper to go put on my lab coat. So this series is like getting
method acting,
kinda. Yeah, finally, we're doing this again. It's been too long.
And it's not happening next week.
Shh.
And Persona isn't happening this week, so like,
next week.
might as well just rip off the band-aids now.
Guys, it doesn't happen next week. It'll happen the week after, probably. And then after that, I'll be in Greece. So it'll be a battle to find out as to whether or not I will be waking up at 6 a.m. No, 5:30 a.m.
We can push it back to 6 a.m. if need be.
We can adjust time zones for you, Ivan. Don't worry.
All right, guys, you want to stream at midnight?
What would? No. Yeah, Martin did say that. He said he was quote unquote ripping the band-aid off. So there you go. Most likely not, because fun vacation.
I mean, we could do it like in the house, but then Robbie would feel weird.
All right.
Like your mom is not happening this week.
Oh, thanks, Dick. I appreciate that. Also,
you're right. I am leaving my mom's house.
So hi, Steven. Hi, Streaming.
Where's Brandon?
Oh, that's why he has it.
What? Oh,
His username, where's the Brandon?
or where the heck is Brandon? You mean?
Yeah, where the heck is Brandon?
Where the heck is Brandon?
Where the heck?
What happened to Adam Hare?
He killed himself, or replaced himself with an imperfect clone.
An imposter, if you will. Anyway, because you figured it out, I will kill one of you at random.
No.
No.
It
Thank
was
goodness
Lucas.
it was. Oh, I'm sorry, Lucas.
Okay, let me. Oh, my lab code's getting green screened. Probably because my camera is like. It has so much red to work with that the green screen's like, okay, everything else that's not this is probably green.
Probably.
Which is. Me no like. Oh, thank you for the Rainbow Truck Month flag. Why did Steins get 0 open command prompt?
It's hacking in.
What? They're hacking into the gate of my
Logging
computer.
into the mainframe, dude.
Well, that's not good. I don't like it when they do that.
You're not good.
Yes, I am. For my mother told
Says,
me so.
"Oh, well, your mother was wrong."
Oh.
Alright, now I hit escape and stop him.
The sassy sauce. I love that we made Crash the Among Us pizza.
Still in uniform. Gary.
Oh, you are? I threw it off as quickly as I could. Because I need my lab coat.
He's gonna be a pack. Oh, one day off, dude. I can't waste that day.
So Adam, you're not gonna thank Deca for the 50 bits?
Oh, that's just what he wants me to do. I'm not gonna fall for his tricks. I'm not even gonna.
It's only 50 cents. Like.
Yeah, I'm not. Well, I'm not even gonna, mention that I'm grateful for that and that he's moving me closer to actually getting a payout from Twitch, and that it's very nice of him to do. I wouldn't even try to fall for that one.
Imply that. And Adam always says what he means. He never means the opposite of what he says.
He says what he means.
And I meant what I said.
What he says.
Dr. Seuss. Damn it, he tricked me into thinking I was tricking him. And he was. Wait, never mind. Anyway. Oh man, it's been 2 weeks. 2 weeks.
Normal pills.
Speaking of 2 weeks, you know what begins with a T? Tea.
Toilet.
I'm going to grab some tea.
Oh, okay.
Ivan's going.
Alright, well I can get some water. Because I don't have any. All I did was throw on the lab coat and sit down.
Yeah, you didn't even get yourself any food.
No, I'm not gonna eat.
Oh yeah, you're not me.
I'll be right back. I'll see if I can't shove something in my mouth. Oh,
Some like cornflakes or something.
I don't have cornflakes. Who the world modern day nature has cornflakes? Oh, everything hurts.
What the hell? You pressed the space bar. Anyway, hi guys. Welcome to the Martin segment of the Adam semicolon not parentheses colon normal pills episode. In today's segment, I am going to tell you a funny story from work, because that's honestly all I've been doing this week. One time I was on the phone and I wasn't at the phone, and I was standing by the cash register and I heard a ringing from the phone. I was like, oh, I wonder who could this be, since, we need to take phone orders. And when I went to go pick up the phone, and I answered and I said, hello, welcome to Domino's. How can I help you today? They told me, quote, hi, there was a long hair in my pizza, and, and trying to obey company policy, I told them in response, "Oh, we're so sorry that happened." And then they said nothing, and I said nothing. And then I asked, "Is there anything you'd like us to do about it?" And the woman said, "No, we just thought you'd like to. We just thought you'd like to know," and then hung up. Now, my confusion there is uh, at full peak, as I'm wondering why. That's my main question. Why was the call? It, just to let us know for next time? I mean, it's not something that happens with every pizza. And I'm thinking to myself, okay, all right. It was probably a prank call. But that's such a stupid prank call.
Oh. What's I'm alive.
Don't worry. I was just filling the time by telling a story in the most annoying way possible.
Okay. I hope he didn't annoy you too much. Oh, the Beat Boot computer press conference. There was a party. It doesn't feel like he fits in. And then the same thing. The Maho talks about neuroscience. It's blah blah Karisu blah blah. I'm edgy now. Blah blah. Normal pills. Okay. Ooh.
Granted, I mean, Adam, you showed yesterday the Among Us pizza, but hold on.
Yeah.
They never actually got to see the finished Among Us pizza.
It's because it doesn't look as good.
Yeah, but still, it's good. It's a good thing to say it cooked. Hold on, I'm gonna put it in Picto Chat.
A Rick and Morty reaction. Like a reaction to Rick and Morty, or a reaction as Rick or Morty. Because I will do neither.
Really, you don't wanna do a.
I don't know, Rick. Whatever I'm seeing is really interesting and fun.
No, Morty. I'm actually doing my Walter impression.
Nintendo.
I
Anyway,
know. I think that's where you're going with that one.
all right. Whoo boy. All right. Everyone good to go?
As good as Steins Gate Zero is.
So you're not good to go at all? Well, ready or
I think
not, here comes the dialogue. All right. When I used specialized terminology whose meanings I barely remembered, Maho would tell me what they were. And so finally, in the process of writing these memories back to the temporal lobes, if you send the pseudo pulse you copied along with them to the front lobes, the memory search signal will function properly, I think. And so
Yes.
that's how babies are made.
Did you figure that out for yourself?
What? No. I'll consider it. I'll kick
Oh yeah,
Blontus with a 0.
he was explaining to her how to fix the problem because of Karisu knowledge.
Oh yeah. Maho looked back at the business card I'd given her.
Your major isn't brain science, so someone told you this? Or did you read it in the paper? No, that's impossible. She wouldn't have put it into a paper, she wouldn't have put it into a paper yet.
She was published in a major scientific journal, you know. And did I say something wrong?
No, that's not it. One of the researchers at the lab said the exact same thing.
Well, the exact same thing is a common phrase.
Well, the exact same thing you said.
Oh.
None of the other staff believed her, but she said she was sure she could prove it.
And that woman was Albert Einstein. The first Albert Einstein.
Such a funny.
And that woman
God.
was Albert.
Well, in the end, she left us before she got to test the stage. And also, I'm stuck with second Einstein over here.
That's...
Yeah, right.
Should I tell her? Should I tell her about me and Kurisu? In this world line, there's almost no connection between me and Kurisu.
What is it?
It's just your eyebrows are large. Anyway, I made up my mind. If I wanted to follow my dreams, I needed to act, and I should never judge a book by its cover. Actually, it was Kurisu who told me about this theory.
What? What did you just say?
Kurisu Maikise told me about it. Sorry, Maikise Kurisu. I'm very bad with Japanese names.
Risu told you? When? Why?
What? How? Where? I mean, when? There we go. She was over here as an exchange student, we became friends, and she talked to me about this stuff. Of course, that was a lie. Kurisu and I became friends in the Alpha World line, not this one. But a small lie like this was probably okay.
I see. So, Kurisu. Thank you. I mean it.
Her words surprised me. That was the one thing I didn't expect to hear. For what?
Dang, so he was expecting anything to come out of her mouth except for that, dude.
Yeah.
Dang, okay, your mind goes to some weird places.
She might as well have gone before thank you.
I mean, he was ready for that.
I know, that's
He was
amazing.
ready for that.
Well, he was
Dude.
expecting the unexpected.
He literally anything, dude. Oh my god.
Fart 506.
Art 506. Oh, what? I'm gonna kill you.
That's not Owen.
Oh wait, that's Lucas. I'm
He
scared.
was even ready for
There
her
are
to
two
say that.
Glontis. There are two Glontis. I'm sorry, it's confusing.
Well, there's Glontis and there's Glontis 0. Pokey. Sorry, I don't do that. I don't know why. Anyway,
For being her friend. She came to Japan all alone. I mean, I'm sure she would have been bored studying all by herself.
she proclaimed the exact opposite over and over, but all we ever did was fight, though.
Well, that sounds like her. She never gave in, did she?
Never. She'd argue for hours. God, this is sounding familiar. Also, apathy syndrome. Look, now that Persona 3 is done, I can't do that anymore for any reason that makes sense, so I have to, like, force it.
You have to find an excuse.
Yeah, I do.
Or just any time a shadow appears in Persona 4. No. I wouldn't ask that.
She told me all the time about how she was going to give me a
Have you-
lobotomy and rip out my frontal lobe. Mayuri, what's a lobotomy?
Occurring lobotomy, a method of treating mental illness by performing surgery on the brain. A small hole is opened in the skull, and a long knife is used to remove the frontal lobe. In some cases, this was sufficient to cure the illness, and the inventor was even given the Nobel Prize for his work. However, due to the serious psychological side effects and damage due to damage to the personality caused by the loss of the frontal lobe, lobotomies were banned worldwide in 1970.
Oh, man.
Neat.
Wait, that's banned. Kurisu, you can't do a lobotomy. That kills people.
Well, legal.
What? She wouldn't.
I
Yeah,
don't know.
N0rmal.
I can
Also-
see Kurisu saying that.
Normalium is a liquid that turns into a gas, so don't you dare.
I mean, most liquids can turn into gases.
Well, sure, but okay, but pills are solid.
Yeah, like you can put nitrogen in a pill, I think. Maybe.
Well,
Maybe.
sure, but
I don't-
why would you make a paint thinner pill?
I don't know.
It's to be
Just
fun.
make it normal.
It hit different, dude.
Paint thinner really hit different.
Moho, really? Paint thinner pills? Highly recommend. They hit different. You want one?
I don't think you should be eating those.
Well, I don't eat them. I
Are
swallow
those
them.
even prescription?
No. What are
Are
you,
you
square?
making those yourself?
Yes.
Oh no.
Anyway, you need to discipline your researchers better.
I'll admit that much, sorry. I should also stop telling them to make pills.
Huh? She smiled, or so I thought, and then all of a sudden she started to cry. But what's wrong? Do you want a normal pill? Anyway, I don't have any better ideas, so I grabbed my handkerchief. You need pills.
There's a handkerchief on him. Dang.
He's classy now. Oh, he was watching a Tux.
Oh, that's right.
When you're done bird calling, here's a handkerchief.
When you get my duck calls.
Oh. I don't know how to do them. I mean, you need like a little...
I mean, no, they're a little like thing you blow into, right?
Yeah.
Let's see if I can open up my closet, find them, and if not, I'm gonna come back.
Okay. She didn't seem to know why she was crying herself. And neither did I. Had I said something during the conversation that set her off? Are you okay?
I'm fine. Sorry.
Oh, bye, Doge. I hope you didn't leave.
Yeah, I
already,
said the
but you
better
forget.
possible outcome where I opened up my closet and immediately found them.
Oh, nice. She didn't take my handkerchief. Instead, she took a tissue out of her pocket and wiped her eyes. And then all the other scientists whip out their rifles and start blasting into the chandeliers. Glass going everywhere.
I want to get really good at using duck calls.
Ivan, it's time.
No, Deca, you can't leave now. Dr. Eskedit.
Right click and brave. Oh, my brave Einstein.
And the second Einstein.
My...
What? Is this going to be a common nickname? Oh god, there he is. I turned around and saw Dr. Eskedit smiling and quickly striding towards me. Too close. He grabbed my hand as he got closer. The Donnie Two Scoops yank was incredibly forceful, and his hands were as big as bear's paws. No, not just his hands. Sitting in front of
This
me, he
big
looked even
man.
bigger than he had during the lecture. He's pretty tall, but he was at least a head taller than me. Professor, Uh-oh, it was all so sudden that I couldn't even think of an introduction. And wait, did you just speak in Japanese? I knew it! You weren't translating!
I don't prove you make my sister cry.
No, this is,
No, Professor, it wasn't his fault. He had nothing to do with it.
please don't beat me up. Why are you fading away?
He dude, he has some intimidating presence right there.
He does...
It's teleportation. It's teleportation.
He's got his hand up, dude. Like he's looking down on you.
Lukaku is the worst character. Shut up, Deca. Also, he is mid-teleport. Do you see this? He's like being recreated. This is insane looking. Why does he look like this? Oh, it's the text box.
Yeah, that's a thing. You're crazy.
If you knew what was going on, hey, we just started the game, so you're more than welcome to, you know. Although if you plan on, yeah, I know it's the UI. If you plan on watching Science Gate, I guess speedrun that for the week after next.
Watch the anime. It's 24 episodes of goodness.
It's very good. I like it a lot. Maho and I decided, or both denied it as much as we could. But I didn't know why Maho was crying, so I couldn't come up with any excuses, so I just started to panic even more. So, basically,
Kurisu. I was talking about him with Kurisu and I just started crying.
Greaser? You're afraid of greasers?
yes.
This is Rintaro Okabe. He's a student.
For now. Maho introduced me.
Oh.
Too close!
It's getting close again.
Dr. Eskedit had a gentle expression on his face as he gave me a slow hug. I felt like I was going to suffocate in his massive arms. He is such a dweebus. Like, I'm just imagining him just in front of Kurisu's. Just very slow, methodical, like, hug. There's nothing there. He just sort of puts his arms around you and that's it.
You Okabe can't see his face because, you know, he's hugging the dude, but like he's scowling. Like there's some intense thoughts going through his head while he's hugging this dude.
Why the name switched? I don't know. It's like,
Well, I think it's just because Japanese is weird.
Yeah, but the last game Japanese was still weird, and it didn't do that.
Different translating team? I
Nah,
don't know.
different writer.
Oh yeah, also that.
Ugh. Different writer always bugs me. Anyway, somehow I could tell it was his way of remembering Kurisu.
I see. That's it then. Mao.
Yes?
She responds to it.
Why not introduce her to Okube?
You can't mean Amadeus.
It pronounced Amadeus, but you could like a button to us here, wouldn't it?
That's Rich telling her how to pronounce words.
Over in Japan, well, you can have him, you can be tested.
Are you serious? You can't just let an outsider.
Hey, the Frank Reeser, you know outside, correct?
Secret villain. Sorry.
Sir.
Dr. Eskedit being a villain would be A, the funniest thing in the world, but B, make me cry. Anyway, what were they talking about? I had no idea, but this was my chance to build a relationship with Dr. Eskedit, thank God. I don't want to blow it. I'd love to help.
Nice.
Nice! He patted me on the shoulders and smiled. It was an innocent smile, like a child's.
Okay then, ask Mao for the details. Thanks.
Another scientist was calling him, so he wandered away and bumped into a table. He ate food
Yeah.
off the ground.
No, doctor. That same 5-second rule is a myth.
You should know this, you're a scientist. Oh, absolutely, yeah. Dr. Eskedit is, like, again, we played this game for a collective hour and a half, but Dr. Eskedit is, ugh. Anyway, Maho was shaking her head in disbelief, disappointed in her mentor.
Nah, it's Mao.
Sorry. What's he talking about, meeting Amadeus, being a tester?
I said that. What the demonstration of Amadeus we did during the convention used my memories, but Amadeus also has another researcher's memories saved as data.
Einstein.
No, the third one.
Me! My memories. Computer Okabe. Another researcher's memories. Does that mean we can bring back fun Okabe? Alright, I just forgot.
Okay.
I forgot to stop doing the voice. And what did that mean? When I finally figured it out from Dr. Leskin and oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. Dr. Eskedit and Maho's conversation, my heart started pounding. You can't mean Albert Epstein. Her.
Yeah.
There's a strangely angry face for just the yeah.
Mm.
Kurisu Makise's memories are stored in Amadeus. They're 8 months old, though.
It's Amadeus. You,
Ama-
you built
Oh.
it.
Even I said that.
Among Us.
Me just.
Dude,
So-
Martin, did you guys ever find the hidden
No,
files?
we didn't. I have no idea where it is. Although I think I did find what you did to my phone.
What?
I figured out what
Like-
you did to slay the spire on my computer.
Okay, I have several folders for all my things, and I think you renamed my Photoshop to just like something else, like to
Did I?
Photoshop, but for maybe. I mean, I stop instilling doubt, you psychological warfare loving bitch.
He's worse than me. Well, no.
Dude, why is the ATF here?
Anyway, oh. Several days passed after the ATF party.
The
10 minutes from
ATF is like
Ikebukuro via the
the-
express train, and then 10 minutes by bus to a station called Wacko City in Saitama.
It's Waco, dude. Oh my god.
It's
dude.
Wacko City.
Uh-oh.
The
it's
office I was
Waco.
looking for on the second floor. The office I was looking for was on the second floor of a building next to Riken. And I entered through the door.
Dang.
Global Brain
Office.
Science Comprehension Research Organization. Japanese office prep room. Or Gabasaka or Jibber.
GBSCRO.
The Flintstomafer.
JOPR.
That's what the plate on the door said. To get in, you needed 3 types of special keys plus a security card. What is this place? Swiping that card was unnecessarily difficult. That thing is not sensitive enough. Like, I go too slow, I go too fast, sometimes it's just a bad read. Awful task, really. You're
Well,
laughing,
the
making
plan
me
is to bring. The plan is for brain scientists from around the world to work together to make a new organization.
mad. No! It's you!
What?
You're
Our,
the...
our lab's leading the way to.
I am the best map, and everything wrong with the world.
She
It was
let me
all me.
inside. Ah!
Whoa.
Oh wait, quick
Please
saves.
don't.
Ooh. Slow. Not my meme. Hi, Ferris.
Emojis. You have emoji choice.
Emojis.
The mysterious Zuchetto
Trippy red.
last appeared in Akihabara, yeah.
Brandon's late. Teacher. Mark him absent. Mark him
you
as
were
tardy.
you
sorry,
were
not
late.
absent. And you marked me as tardy.
I did. Brandon, you're late. We had a brief conversation with Dr. Esqueta. Yeah. All right. I won't give you detention, but I'll have you write a paper on the opening 30 minutes of the stream on my desk by tomorrow.
I like the bois because it's Okabe.
What?
You haven't heard of the ancient urban legends of Akihabara, yeah?
I know about a few of them, but the Suketos are new to me.
If a group of 3 people sits in the back seat of a certain maid cafe,
No threesome.
they appear. Or so they say, yeah. Danger, dude.
Danger.
Stop
Okay.
spamming.
Okay, so it's level 2 danger. Will it reach level 3 danger? Ah!
Oh my god.
Level 4? I've never seen level 4 danger before. Oh shit.
No one ever knew which maid cafe it was until now, yeah.
Your dog is scheduled to eat the paper at 11:59. Ah, alright. You're gonna pass this time. Well, do you have a homework pass? I won't just
I
give you
remember
one.
passes.
Yeah, me too.
Adam, I'm all out of bathroom passes. What do I do?
Go to the bathroom.
What? No.
You don't get extra
I don't
credit.
actually need to go to the bathroom.
I don't get extra credit for saving my bathroom passes.
You can pee.
What?
Because no,
So you're
because
telling me
in my class, kids kept like holding it because they wanted extra credit, but like they had to go to the bathroom, and they like I'm not giving people extra credit for having better bladders. Wait, no, I should totally do that. Okay, if you have a better bladder, you get extra credit.
okay, so I do get extra credit for saving my bathroom passes.
It's worth
Good.
about 25% of your grade.
Damn, that's pretty good.
No peeing. Anyway, the office must have been newly rented. Most of the desks. Oh.
Maid queen, yeah.
Ah!
Oh.
Level 4.
Danger. Hold.
Level 5! Is everything okay?
Everything's fine. Yeah. They just join your game in the middle of a raid and steal all the mobs, yeah.
Hang on a second.
Level 6.
Close my phone.
danger.
Get away.
Yeah, you better close after level 6. Anything after level
Sorry,
6.
dude.
is
Good ending
brain
gone now
melting.
that you closed your phone right there.
Oh, that game did that.
Oh.
See? Oh my god, that scared
So,
the
okay,
daylights
they
out
just
of me.
left her on red, dude.
Yeah, it's level 6 danger. She scared the living daylights out of him. Anyway. There wasn't even a whiteboard, which made the room look even more empty, like the world's gonna be now that it's level 6 danger. There wasn't a lot of natural light. Did the sun go out? Maybe the windows on the north side. The only illumination
So
was
what
from
the
the...
fuck are you doing? Stop it.
It's level 6 danger.
What are you
The sun doesn't
talking about?
disappear till level 8.
You should stop taking those pills.
Oh, right, I forgot my normal pills. Hold on. Ah.
No, I said stop taking them.
No, those weren't the paint thinner pills. Those were normal pills. I like to pop
Is
a
there a
couple and mix them.
difference?
Yes, there's a difference. One's made of paint thinner. The other's called paint thinner.
The other one's paint thicker.
Which is that that's just paint. The only illumination was from the overhead fluorescent lights. The room felt very cold because the sun exploded.
Gatorade should be thicker. Thoughts?
No,
This is just the prep room.
you don't understand. Level 6 danger is Moho is the sun exploding. Level 7 danger is the bringing back new Coke, and level 8 is the universe collapses into a single atom.
I didn't.
Dude, level 9, they bring back Pepsi Clear.
No.
Pepsi. A crystal Pepsi.
Yeah, whatever the name of it
Yeah,
was.
United Nations, thank you for joining. I mean, I don't respect you very much, but yes, United Nations, please, if you're ever going to do something, do it now. It is level 6 danger. My cat girl girlfriend said so. Look.
Sweet.
Thank you, United Nations. I'm glad you're following me so that now I'm like 9 of my followers are Brandon. But look. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Level 6 danger. So just make of that what you will. Anyway, no one was sitting at any of the desks, but 2 of them had stuff on them. One of them was a mess filled with notes, calculators, coffee cups, and supplement bottles. Hold on, I'm gonna take a couple. That was the one Maho sat down at. Supplements. Oh, those aren't.
Stop eating my supplements.
I need my vitamin D. I don't like.
Those aren't vitamin D. Those are fish liver.
Awesome. I needed a couple more.
What?
Anyway, which meant the one that was neatly organized must belong to Dr. Eskedit, because he doesn't do science. Where's the professor?
He's off today. And think of this too.
He's off
Although he
every
leaves
day.
He leaves recordings of his voice just playing around the office constantly.
What do they say?
They say random things. It's randomized every time.
Corner, my O, get it, my O, not your O.
How can you
I
even
don't know what it-
wait? How can you tell it's randomized? If like he's just an incomprehensible man. Hold on, let's wait for another one to go off.
It, me.
I think it also may or may not be a microphone that's attached to him at all times.
Well, it was Sunday. Oh, he's quiet because he's at church. Anyway, are you off today too?
Yeah, otherwise I wouldn't have been able to sleep past noon.
Relatable. That's true. When I'd gone to pick her up from her hotel in Wacko City, she'd come out of the room half asleep. This was the day I was to meet Amadeus Kurisu. Maho had gone over the basics of being a tester on our way here. Essentially, Amidas needed sample data for conversations, and they were going to give me an environment where I could talk to it at any time, 24 hours a day. She didn't give me details beyond that, though. Also, that's, like, traumatic. So we'll be able to talk to Amadeus Kurisu 24 hours a day, huh? Is she... Kurisu's Amadeus here?
Yeah,
Dude, if you did that to Mozart, would it be Amadeus, Amadeus? Amadeus, Amadeus. Maho nodded and gave me a glance. I need to take more normal pills.
you just said she, didn't you?
No, I'm
I
no.
don't know.
No, do not say it. It's not. No, I already know someone like this. I don't. No, not Kurisu too, please. Yeah.
And, you know, you two are a lot closer than I thought, weren't you?
She's a girl, so I said she. Also, I need to constantly reaffirm myself, which is what? Because my life is confusing. Maybe my silence was an answer in itself. Yeah, he's Amadeus Mozart, but what would his computer version be called? Dummy. Alright.
It'd be called Amadeus Mozart. Because
Computer.
its last name.
No! Not today. I'm meeting someone isn't important. How about no? Just
Not today.
not
Not
today.
today.
Not today implies that like he's open tomorrow though.
Not today. Oh, it's me. Damn it, it's me. Okabe, may I have a moment of your time? Not today. I see. Sorry to bother you. Really sorry. We can talk about it later. Please and thank you. Please
What?
and thank
Wait.
you. It's slow.
Stops. The idea that Lukaku keeps on sending him one for like the rest of the day, and Okame just never opens his
Nah, dude,
phone, and it's
like-
just please and thank you,
Like
please and thank
Myri
you.
just made these emotes for everyone, and they're all like so they're very novel to all of them. So they just keep using them repeatedly because they're really funny.
They're really fun. Yeah, thanks, Myuri. Those are awesome. Not today. True ending achieved. It better be. If I have to be nice to Lukaku for the true ending, I'm gonna. It will be my last day on planet Earth. Anyway, Maho's response was uncharacteristically hesitant.
Then maybe you shouldn't meet her after all.
Why?
Well, the closer you are to someone, the crueler this system is.
Oh. Brain used. That makes sense. That's the thing I said. That's cool.
What?
What?
No, I was thinking that, and then the game said it, and I like when that happens.
Thinking what?
I was thinking, oh yeah, wouldn't that be awful? Because like I said earlier, that like that's traumatic. Just like here's your dead girlfriend, and a computer. It's not real, but here you go. You can talk to her whenever you want. Like whoa, okay. I'm like, wouldn't that be horrible and like not good for you? And then she's addressing that concern. It's nice. I'm
It'd be
okay.
neat.
Okay.
Fine, I won't bring it up again. But just remember one thing. The memories are from March, the last time Karisu did an update.
Oh, will she not know me?
So anything you say about what happened after March, for example, when she was in Japan, she won't remember.
That's right, isn't it?
And the professor and I have run her program a lot of times between March and today. Each time Karisu, Amadeus Karisu, Amadeus, has created memories the
Amadeus,
original never
dude.
had. Stories we told her, information she found on the internet, people she talked to, things like that. In other words, what you're about to meet isn't Karisu Makise, your friend. It's one of the problems with the system. It causes a lot of confusion with people on this side. I mean us humans. Couldn't you have inferred that? Well, because you think you're talking to the real Karisu.
So don't get reality and fantasy mixed up, I guess.
Our brains have trouble keeping up with that. The fact that our memories aren't shared with them.
Memories that aren't shared. Now there's a feeling I know well. Reading Steiner. It was a power only I is, which made my memories different than those of the people around me. Take me to her. Now! Maho gave me a
Only
slight
if you
nod.
ask nicely.
Take me to her now, please! And thank you.
Okay, this way.
Thanks. Oh, I'd be curious to see that. I mean, she led me to the back of the room. There was a booth separated by a thick partition. To get inside the booth, you needed a different card key than the one used to get into the room, as well as a security code. You're pretty strict about security.
Well, industrial spies are our biggest threat these days.
Do you perhaps have more going on here than you would be led to, or than ordinary people would be led to believe? You world-threatening organization, normal pills.
What? No.
Fun Okabe.
Haha.
Ah!
Scared ya.
Whoa. Okay.
It's just one of the random sound effects. Don't worry about it.
Why does he do that?
I'm surprised your name actually got into the random sound effects.
She entered the security code and unlocked the door.
Go inside.
Is this what he spends his time
Hurry.
doing? Well, it's probably good that you don't know what to do yet, because I wanted to make a like an opening title sequence or whatever for Steins Gate 0, but I don't even know that we've met everybody, and I don't want to do too much digging in terms of openings and stuff about Steins Gate 0 until I know a little more about it, and I'm not gonna get spoiled, because that would be bad. Because I feel like, because I saw Jail Mayuri before I was supposed to, and that sort of messed me up a little. Not in any super significant way, but it still did not hurt as much when I saw it. So I would rather not get spoiled anything.
I mean, I've already seen the show, so once you start doing that, I can just dig for you and give you whatever you need.
Okay, Doc. I'd appreciate the help. Anyway, the room was about 2.5 meters per side. At one end was a white desk, and above it was a PC with a built-in 30-inch screen monitor.
30 inches. That's like
That's
Two and a
big
half feet.
screen.
A meter? That's 3 feet.
I think it actually is exactly 2.5 feet.
Hmm.
Just sit behind me. And
Can you put your ruler away, please? It makes me think you're like a nun or something.
I was
Catholic.
curious about the screen size. I don't know. I wasn't gonna hit you with it.
Yet. There was a small sofa that let you sit behind the user and see what's happening on the screen. I sat there.
I call that my casting couch.
Ah! He's a terrifying man. Anyway, Maho powered on the PC and began to type. A second later, the words Amadeus System appeared on screen. Cool logo.
Oh, hold on. That's all right. I was searching up like the Steins Gate pin, right? And that's the other one. That's the other one that they were selling.
Oh.
They sell a pin of that
For Amadeus.
logo. Yeah.
For Amadeus.
Look, it's
I think it-
Maikise Amane Daru. Damn it.
The S at the end is for Steins Gate.
Mikise Amadeus.
Eskedit. Undertale.
No, dude, the U is for Uppix and the S is for Steins Gate.
No, I was thinking U was for Updog. Anyway, a second later, the words Amadeus System appeared on screen. Is Salieri? That's like a science thing, right? It's like a
No.
like,
Probably.
isn't that a scientist man?
Now, Salieri was like Mozart Amadeus's rival, and is one way to put it.
Ah, thank you.
Salieri was like obsessed with the dude.
Okay. Anyway, I saw her put her ID in. Salieri. Oh, god damn it.
Salieri.
I know I haven't explained it, but Yuri, what is Salieri?
Salieri, Antonio Salieri, 1750 to 1825, an Italian composer who lived in the same time as Mozart. He was a court composer at Vienna for many years and trained such famous composers as Beethoven, Schubert, and Liszt.
Liszt. And while you may have heard of Liszt and certainly have heard of Beethoven, Schubert was actually the most famous because he got shaved ice named after him. Fun fact.
Amadeus. Amadeus is Latin for beloved of God and the middle name of the Austrian composer Mozart. There is also a play and movie about Mozart of the same name.
Also, pretty cool movie.
Called Mozart or called Amadeus?
Amadeus.
No.
Was there some meaning to that? Come to think of it, we should move through the dialogue faster. In the famous movie Amadeus, there was a character who was spiteful and jealous of Mozart's incredible talents, but who, in the bottom of his heart, admired him more than anyone else. That character's name was Salieri. Salieri.
Dude, who's Mozart?
Don't like the password. It may be 1234. Oh,
It's
mean,
the
what?
password.
Wolfgang Amadeus Mozart, 1765 to 1791. Dang. 29? Okay.
That's not good.
An Austrian composer along with Haydn and Beethoven. He's one of the most famous classical composers. He began to write songs at the age of 5 and left us
39.
over 600 masterpieces. In the modern era, he's often referred to as a genius, and there are many stories about him.
Like Amadeus. I get it!
Maho moved her body to hide her hands. I looked away from the other wall and stared at the keyboard. It is the password. Wait, whose password was that? Like, famously?
Some dude that was like the head admin of like some meme Wikipedia.
Oh, right.
So okay, so like the real owner of the website got sent to jail or something. And then there was some like Australian kid who he thought was really funny that he gave like admin permissions to like owner permissions to the website for like to manage the website while he was in jail. And then people were just trying to guess his password and that was his password. So then they got into the website.
That's so
like,
funny.
Into, like the website owner's account.
Also, sorry that you see me like putting my cold hands on my face here, but like the burn is not fun. It's just nice to feel something like cold.
Crispy Adam.
Yeah.
Grab him.
No. She finished logging into the system and a simple bare command prompt appeared on screen. She opened Steins Gate 0.
Damn.
Are you ready, Freddy?
Yeah, let me take my little pill concoction. I put all my favorite pills
why
and
is
made them
that-
into a smoothie.
Why is it, like binary on the screen?
Command prompt.
Oh,
Yeah, do it.
Command
Prompt's not-
Because Maho thinks it looks cool. Maho entered several commands at the prompt. Oh, my brother has
Sorry.
that webcam.
I have that webcam.
I'm sorry I can't show you this. It's my stream setup, don't worry about it.
Well, I wouldn't be able to make any sense of it. Also, stream setup.
Shut up.
Like this thing.
Still, you know how it is.
I gotta ask about that at some point. Anyway, she turned off the monitor, then she spun around to face me, asking me to never speak of that again. I suddenly realized I was clenching my fist. How long had I been doing that? Punch her, hit her, kill her. Normal pills.
Come on, don't be shy. Come on, man, don't be shy. Do it.
No, whoa. Did you hear that, Maho?
Yeah, that was one of the sound effects.
Oh, thank God. My hands were sweaty, knees weak, arms are heavy. There was a red spot at the base of my thumb already, where my nails had dug in spaghetti. She
Just
is a
spaghetti sauce on his
VTuber.
hand.
She just uses herself as the model.
Dude, she's like the VTuber from Tony's Arts video.
It
where
is.
It turns out the VTuber was actually a real life anime
Whoa.
girl.
Don't spoil that. That's a twist.
I'm sorry, guys. I just spoiled the twist to that Tony's Art video.
Was I more nervous than I realized?
Oh.
Oh,
Did
just...
Dr. Scott spill something?
He is in the room. I knew it. Anyway, I'm just starting to get a little scared. You can understand, considering I think he's in the walls.
There's still time. You can just leave now.
You're pretty mean.
I mean, I'd be scared of him too. I'm worried about you. I mean, I've learned how to deal with him, but you?
Then act like it. Seriously, you, Karisu, you lab girls. For a second, the old joking me was about to come back, and then I popped some pills. I quickly changed the subject. People who spend all their time doing experiments can be so rude.
That's a clear case of slander. I can sue you for defamation if I want.
I really appreciate you trying to fill the gap, but you're just not the same. You're green. Wait, stop, you're scaring me.
And technically, my hair's black. You know, I know a good lawyer. You want me to introduce you?
Need a good lawyer. I'm a taxpayer.
I can't do a little Jordan.
How about you stop suing me first?
Well, if you want to talk about a settlement, you're gonna need a lot of cash.
I'll buy you a Dr. Pepper later.
Oh, I already am drinking one. Oh, you're so cheap, though.
We'll buy you another one. Because if I know anything about people that drink Dr. Pepper, one is never enough.
Dr. P, the abbreviation for a type of carbonated beverage first served in America during the 1800s. At present, it's only available in eastern Japan in some small areas. It has a very unique taste, and its secret recipe is a combination of over 20 flavors.
Is it now?
Yeah. 23.
That's a fun fact. I like it. I like Dr. Pepper a lot. They got those 31 flavors real mixed up nice. I heard a small sound from the back of her throat.
It's 23.
I guess she was laughing. Yeah, but 31 flavors is... Never mind. Normally I'd
That's
find that
Baskin
irritating.
Robbins, dumbass.
Normally I'd find that irritating, but strangely coming from the girl in front of me... Nope, she was a grown woman. Actually, I didn't. Maho Hiajo was very strong-willed with the prickliness and short temper unique to scientists. She always seemed to be a little upset about something, but maybe she wasn't that bad.
Or maybe it's my
No,
eyebrows.
not 16 flavors. Oh, I see. Maho. She's a lot like Karisu. No, Okabe. No, Okabe.
Hi.
Hi. When I first met Carissa, she was... Oh, this is the first CG where we got to see how red the tie was.
Yeah, dude.
Arrogant, rude, never willing to change her mind, stubborn, hard-headed, and always ready to confront you with raised eyebrows whenever you said something she didn't like. I truly thought I'd never meet or seen a more unlikable woman. Soggy CG. Oh, we never named that first one there. Because we didn't name them at the time. Was Soggy CG was the first one we named. Wasn't it?
Yeah.
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 Oh, I have no way of checking that. Because unlike a certain better game, I can't, like, skip back a little bit.
That, like, actual, like, some computer magic went into that game.
It's
like,
awesome.
how did they do that?
I don't
That is,
know.
like,
I don't know how they detect how
everything
much you
about that
move
is
the window
awesome.
around. Anyway.
How much, like, the people have inertia and, like, computer, like, restarts.
Yeah, your
Turn my
computer
computer back
crashes,
on.
it's back on, it knows where you were
My
exactly
computer
without
crashes.
auto-saving.
Completely blank. Game closes. Restart the game. Right back to where I was.
What?
Dude.
Are you talking about this one?
Yeah.
Okay. No. I was doing something on the webcam.
Oh, okay. But despite my first impression, on the inside she turned out to be fragile. Easily hurt and so kind, and so lovable. And I'm talking about Mayuri. Not V4, no. Oh, yes, sorry. I thought you meant V3. Yes, V4.
Anyway, oh boy, two voices in the same cutscene. I'm going wild, baby. What's so funny, Maho?
I suddenly heard a girl's voice come from the speaker. Oh! I found myself jumping off the sofa. One fell off and bumped his head.
No, don't do it!
I will continue jumping on the bed, despite the doctor's orders. I knew this voice.
Damn.
I couldn't forget it. I could never... Maho turned on the monitor.
Aye.
The girl I'd never forgotten appeared on the screen. You look... Your tie is not as red. Can you please up the contrast of the monitor? Like, I can give you some pointers of how to make this look not bad. Maybe it was based off her appearance at the brain science lab, because she was wearing a white lab coat. The PC's camera turned toward me on its own.
Oh, bruh. Who is this?
Maho was introducing me, but I didn't hear anything she was saying. I simply stared, entranced. I wanted to reach out my hands. I wanted to touch her.
That's a soul.
She was right there.
Nice to meet you, Rintaro Okabe. I'm Karusu Makise. Or strike that, reverse it. I look forward to working with you.
Nice Willy Wonka reference.
Okabe cries at a Willy Wonka reference.
It's such a good movie.
I think I told you that.
Whoa!
Not your hoe.
Look away if you don't want spoilers. Run.
Haven't we seen this already?
Have we?
Yeah.
I don't know. Just keep talking. It's copyright.
On the title screen. Oh. No. How about that?
They're still playing the music, Adam.
Yeah. I know.
It's gonna get muted in the VOD.
Oh no.
Oh no.
Ali Kako.
Be there or be square. This is my favorite cube.
Oh, square. Puzzle piece.
Ho cube.
Suzu was mom.
See, there's a new character. Same. Spin. Wait, is that?
It was Nai, I
Beaches.
think.
Yeah.
Nai.
Like a base there. Persona.
What?
The butterfly.
It's the butterfly effect. It's a different thing.
Imagine that butterfly now though is a goldfish instead.
No! I mean, yes, for 7 episodes, but then no! Junmaida, you're a hack! That's pretty sick, though.
So there's should be cold in there.
Yes, very good. Thus, the title of the series. Hooray. I mean, this game is
Thus,
like the longest subtitle ever.
Idle.
Closed epigraph.
No. No, no, I do
I-
not want to. I do not want to attend Okabe's stupid therapy sessions.
All right, Mr. Okabe, try to relax.
Racist.
My voice is a bridge guiding you down into the past. You're going down, 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 and then you see a colored right.
Please stop describing the opening. I just saw it. I was dreaming, daydreaming. I was aware that I was lying on a big sofa undergoing counseling. I tried my best to stay calm and imagine what the psychologist was telling me.
What color is the light?
Blood red. Red.
Red, I see. The person you care about is standing in the light. Are they your family?
No.
Then your friend or perhaps brother?
A computer. Lover. No, not my lover. Not even my friend.
And what are they?
Bloodstains. She and I are... Memories came flooding back into my mind like a geyser.
Hi. Could you come with me for a moment?
I mean, I had to do that sometimes, like with... I had to do that with Dr. Eskedit and Metopia because, I didn't have enough characters, so maybe he ran out of characters.
Guys, get rid of all the fours in that license plate.
Moekar is rad. Nice.
Mayuri Shina is not needed.
Oh, we could have seen it again. Alright, Steven's on the ball.
Tell me. I know you used the time leak machine.
Wow, we're just going back through all the flashbacks.
Flashbacks of more fun game.
Save Mayuri. Go to the beta world line where Mayuri doesn't die. Not just for your sake, but for mine as well.
Yeah.
How does that work?
How's what work?
How do they talk to him, but also kiss? How does that work? How does that work?
The CG is a rough approximation of what's going on. And not an... like, do you think they stand perfectly still when these things happen?
Yeah.
Well, I got news for
Like,
you.
Adam, you are not in a position to talk about how good you are at standing still sometimes.
Thank you. And again, I am good at standing still without horrible computer lag, so...
Recuérdame.
Please stop speaking Spanish and kiss me again. Or,
No.
sorry, bésame. Jesus.
Flashback ain't accurate.
Nah, guys, flashback to the Tommy to Cosita meme. Isn't that one funny, guys?
Dios mío. Yo estoy muerto.
Yo no,
No.
tengo muerto.
No quiero. Yo no quiero muerto.
Ay, ay, ay!
Mr. Okabe.
Ah! I killed her! It was me! It was me!
Listen to me. I'm going to pat you on the shoulders. When I do, you will be fully awake. 3, 2, 1, now!
There was a loud sound, and I felt an impact on my shoulders. Cruce's suffering face disappeared instantly, and I could feel my consciousness awakening.
Okabe. ¿Por qué en español?
Baba,
¿Por qué
uh,
los memorias en español?
what? I stood up off the sofa. I felt dizzy and almost fell over. Why are my dreams in Spanish, psychologist?
Are you alright? Or are you alright? Rest a minute. I'll bring you a towel right now.
Psychologist left the room. I realized I was soaked in sweat. The air conditioning was working, so I could tell it wasn't from the heat. It was the first time I tried hypnotherapy as a mental health clinic. My body felt strangely heavy.
It's hypnotherapy.
Whoa!
Dang. New road. Hypnotherapy, a method of therapy where the patient is placed in a hypnotic state and the therapist acts directly on their subconscious mind to remove the psychological traumas that led to mental illness. In Japan, there is no government certification system for hypnotherapy, but therapeutic associations do offer their own certifications. Certified hypnotherapists are sometimes called hypnosis technicians.
Hacks. Also mal security.
Mal security.
When I got outside, it was night. It was almost December and the wind was cold.
How was it, Col0n?
Hell. Mayorishina asked me. Mayorishina asked gently. Or what was it? Oh, asked calmly.
What?
In Steins Gate anime, she
Oh,
like
yeah,
shakes
yeah,
him
yeah.
down and grabs Okabe's slender shoulders.
My initial knee-jerk reaction was Mayurishina asked me, she asked me, she said.
Ah.
I made some nice mental hoops there.
Okay. Mayor was a high school student and my childhood friend. She'd come with me to counseling today. I told her I didn't need her to, but she left school early to come. All I ever did was make her worry. Around 3 months ago, my one obsession had been saving her. To me, she'd always been someone I had to protect. And now she was worried about me. Ah! Please don't tell me the danger level went up. I can't what?
Anyway,
Yes.
Amadeus.
You got Karisu on the phone?
Yay! Wait, what? Oh, right, no, because she's still hanging out. But, wait, what does that say? Oh, but I refuse. Haha. Anyway. I got a second, Col0n. Okay. Listen, what do you think I should do about Mom and Dad? What do you mean? I just can't see them getting together like this. Well, you're right. Col0n, is there anything you can do? You know there's nothing I can do to help with that. You're right, yeah. It kind of hurts that you just that you gave up on that so easily. Just doesn't seem to be your kind of thing, Uncle. Jealous? What? What the hell? What is wrong with you? Hey, I got a sec. Okay. Listen, I don't think my parents are gonna get together, and I'm worried that I won't exist in this timeline, and I'm gonna disappear. Is there anything you can do? No. Jealous?
Hashtag Suzuha problems, dude.
What an asshole. Good God. I know she's tough, but like that. Anyway, I like her hat. It's a nice hat. It's not the hat, but it'll do. Which is going to probably be a good metaphor for my opinion of the game. Anyway, it was only because of my Yuri's recommendation that I tried counseling. It's not that bad.
What
Sorry.
if we found out the new writer that they brought on for this was Jun Maeda?
I would actually like. Oh my gosh, I would go back
would
in
be
time and be
ecstatic,
responsible
dude.
for his disappearance. Wait, it's
Oh, you're
not
so
that bad,
talented.
or it's not that bad. They said. I mean, I told her a small lie to make her feel better, but my intonation did not suggest that it wasn't bad. Actually, they told me I'd suffered serious trauma. They had stopped hypnotherapy. Yeah, because it's... Never mind. And given me a course of counseling and... drugs. Now they wanted to wait to see the
pills.
results. Can you at least get the
What's
bubblegum
that?
flavor this time?
What's
You
that?
don't
You're not
chew
feeling
the
very
pill?
well? You know what you need?
Pills. Basically, they decided there was nothing to do but treat my symptoms and wait for it to heal naturally. I couldn't tell if what Maho had shown me yesterday was having an effect. I underwent treatment without telling the psychologist about the time machine, the world lines, or most of the things that had happened, so maybe there was no way for them to make a proper diagnosis. Actually, probably they'd just tell me to take more normal pills. In any event, I decided not to think too much about the results. I got this stupid... Man, popcorn flavor is the worst. Oh,
Okame,
maybe.
you're not supposed to chew the pills.
Hey Mayuri, you haven't eaten yet, right? Want to go get some food? I'll treat you.
Oh, can we go to Akihabara then? Luca. Marcelo would calls Lucas Luca sometimes, like Luca.
Luca.
Luca, come here. Luca and Ferris say they haven't seen you in forever. They want to meet up, and they want to meet up.
Lukaku was intentional. Ferris, she scared me today, so
they
not
they
now.
say they. Dude, that's what we like. Not said. Say.
Oh, Akihabara, huh? The clinic was in walking distance of my house. Akihabara was much further away, but even so, I couldn't turn down Mayuri's request.
Welcome back. Different people, but same place.
Same people, same place. I think.
No, but they're
the
wearing
winter
different
wear.
clothes.
They're in the same spots, I think. Anyway, until the events of this summer, I'd gone there almost every day. In fact, I'd practically lived there. Lately, I only went 3 times a week at the absolute most. And then only to go shopping on the way home from school. They have the best pills in Akihabara. When we went out into the plaza in front of the station, we dodged a Lukaku bullet, only to run straight into a different one. Yeah, Lukaku is a 6-shot revolver, and we dodged 1 bullet. Just like in Ikebukuro, even though it was only a month until Christmas, there were barely any decorations. Oh, sorry, all we gotta do.
All you gotta do is predict where all 6 bullets are gonna go before the prediction lines even show up.
Oh, shut
That's true, dude. No, dude, if you predict the prediction lines, then you can win the big jackpot from the fan.
That is insane.
Yeah.
What does that mean, predict the prediction lines? Anyway. I was sure the whole place would be covered in them the minute it was December 1st. Eventually, I was sure to see maids in Santa outfits. We like the Santa outfits.
No way, dude. What? Whoa.
Maids in Santa outfits. Now that's a novel concept.
That's a novel concept.
Passing out flyers in Akihabara, huh? Akihabara could be really weird. Damn it.
Oh, it's Ferris and Luca. Luca. Tutu. Luca. Red.
Why can't Ferris be the one in the Christmas outfit?
She isn't?
Why is Lukaku like even more of a stick now?
I don't know. Ferris
Thank
was the
God.
stick, I thought.
Eat food.
I think Lukaku is the stick. He's taken over for Ferris.
Meow, what? Kilma?
Okabate, Mayuri. Ferris and Lukaku. It sounds masculine. Ferris and Lukaku have been waiting. They ran over as soon as they saw us.
So yeah, Lukaku does look taller.
Yeah, because they're a man.
I missed you, yeah.
Ferris Nyan Nyan jumped at me without the slightest hesitation. She was a maid. And Ferris wasn't her real name. I knew her real name, but if I didn't call her Ferris at times, even when she wasn't working, she'd get mad at me. She was wearing the same outfit she always wore. Her work clothes from her job at the maid cafe. May Queen plus Neon squared. Was May Queen going to switch to Santa outfit soon? Please do. Stop it. Everyone's looking at us. I tried to pull Ferris off me, but it wasn't working. Maybe I should just steal the cat ears off her head.
Who cares? Yeah, all that matters right now is right meow is Ferris and Kilma.
I care, and stop calling me Kyoma. Whoa.
They didn't really abuse the right meow thing that much in the original Steins Gate. Are they gonna abuse it here?
Oh no, they totally abused it in the first one.
Yeah, I didn't notice it. But I mean,
You
I
are
never
blind.
noticed right meow.
She said
In
that like 100
particular.
times.
Meow? Why?
I have consigned that name to my dark past.
Meow.
But
But,
remind me,
like,
Mayuri, what does that
disappeared.
mean?
Dark past. That's like an embarrassing part of your history that you would rather not talk about, and that you wish was forgotten. Its origin can be found in certain famous giant robot anime.
Which we will not be discussing. Ferris looked upset, but I decided to ignore her, because I'm a good friend. Hoenn Kyoma was a past of me I'd sealed away. Part of me I sealed away. I decided to pretend he never existed.
Blame.
No. The normal pills suck, dude. He had meddled with the forbidden invention called the time machine. No, it's called the time leap machine. And as a result, the systems that ruled the world had punished him. He dashed the hopes of many, lost the life of someone he cared for, and his heart suffered grievous wounds. He must never be awakened again, except from 5 minutes from now, please. I didn't need him anymore.
Then what should I call you now?
Well, Okabe or something.
I think Ocarina's I think Ocarina's a cute name, don't you, Ferris?
There's differentiation. I mean, I noticed before, but there was a wonderful example of it if other people hadn't.
Oh, I'm trying to pull in my client ad experience, dude. I leveled up.
We labbed it out. By the way, Ferris was what Mayuri calls Ferris. She claimed it was easier to pronounce or something like that. It's the same.
Well, in Japanese, like fa, fe.
Faris. Fades.
Arisu.
Well, if you say so, Mayushi, it doesn't sound right though.
She looked unsatisfied, but she backed away. Lukako, it's been a while. Yes. My knuckles taste good. Lukako smiled happily. He always looks as beautiful as but he's a guy. He was a classmate of Mayuri's and could often be seen helping at the Yanabayashi Shrine where his family lived. His accursed, wretched family.
Yanabayashi Shrine, a shrine in Akihabara across Manasabashi Bridge and then go down the side street, then go into the bridge. There you'll see it along the river. Home to many stray cats as well as Luka Urushiba.
I'll give you one guess to say who I'd rather hang out with.
What?
I probably shouldn't call him Lukako, just like I told wait, what? But Lukako's his name. Or is it Luka Urushiba?
Or is his name supposed to be Luka and then Okabe just called him Lukako?
Lukaku is much better. Anyway, just like I told Ferris not to call me Gyoma. Or Lukaku, as my brother said on accident. Anyway, he had his own
Yeah,
name.
his real name's Luca, really?
Retarded, dude.
Lukako, forever. But calling Lukako Luka after all this time, that'd be really embarrassing. It feels like a very long time. I mean, I sometimes go to the lab, but you haven't been there much, have you? No, I haven't. I've been busy with school, I had to get ready for ATF2, and you're there, and a lot of things are coming up.
Bill.
Even after all that was done, I'd be busy with Maho and Dr. Escadet, and then Amadeus, I hadn't had a chance to rest. Pencil neck. Yeah, I thought it was Lukako or Urushiba Lukako or whatever, but I don't know if they're retconning that or that's just something that Okabe called Lukako. I don't know. But I avoided mentioning that to them. Oh, and I'm in a club now. You joined a club?
What kind of club? Yeah, UFOs, UMAs.
The Ultimate Ferris
UMA.
Officials or the Ultimate Maid Associates?
Ultramarine Alliance.
Ultramarine Alliance. Oh, damn it.
Maiden UMA, Ultramarine Alliance. A club that has not been confirmed by reality, but examples include that one music video, the water bottle video, then them doing the things with the magazine. The word UMA itself was invented by the Japanese, and no one outside of the Japan will recognize it.
Same with UFO, I've never heard of that. Also, hi, Vavas Yextrandia. Sorry, I just didn't know how to pronounce that, so I figured I could backpedal on the accent.
Can you spell it out with phonetics?
Yeah, VOVASAE_XRANTITEL. Oh, with phonetics. Vovase Granite. Yeah, it's cryptid. Anyway, Larry, what's a UFO?
A UFO, unidentified flying object, usually used to refer to spacecraft piloted by aliens. This term actually describes any kind of flying object whose nature is unknown.
Bogus minted.
Getting your bogus printed.
Photos printed.
No, you're waking a beast that's not gonna shut up for another hour.
I know.
Photos printed. What?
Anyway, hi, thank you for following. I appreciate it. Anyway, who do you guys think I am? You're a fraud. That's who, Okabe. Anyway,
Okabe is a fraud, right?
I guess I hadn't told them then.
Name.
Mayuri, I'm pretty sure I told her. As the two of them looked at me with wide eyes, I cracked a knowing smile and puffed out my chest. The tennis club.
Okay, that's awesome.
What?
What?
The people around us all turned to stare at Ferris and Lukaku.
What? Okabe joined the tennis club? Okabe joined the tennis club. Okabe joined the tennis club? Whoa, I heard
joined the tennis
Okabe
club.
joined the tennis club.
Is it true that Okabe Rentaro joined the chess club?
No, he joined the tennis club,
The
dumbass.
tennis club? I thought it was a baseball club.
No, baseball? Why would he join the baseball club?
But what
He
does
joined the tennis
basketball mean to him? No, it's the tennis club. Okabe, have you ever played tennis? He's never played tennis! Of course not. I may not look it, but I'm terrible at sports. I do look it. Anyway, I'm confident I'd lose to Mayuri at distance running.
Then why now?
Well, it's a long story, but the associate professor who's my teacher at school is the tennis club's advisor, and they asked me to join.
That's not wrong at all, yeah.
Compared to your stories, absolutely not. Well, I'm not done yet. That teacher's done a lot for me, so I decided to stop by.
And
I'm a tennis god. Oh, ha! And as it turns out, I have a talent for tennis. Despite the fact that I'm a beginner, I beat every single one of them. Well, amazing, huh?
Either that or they're all just really bad.
Yeah, they're science people. Of course they are. You really are amazing, Okabe. If I'd have known, I would have been a pro tennis player.
you could win Wimbledon.
We didn't get a tip about Wimbledon?
Why we like, maybe she missaid it and then they're gonna say it like what it's actually supposed to be called.
What's wrong, Ferris? Do you have a headache?
I'm not even sure where to begin. That's the most obvious ploy to get new members that I've ever heard. Yeah.
Well, don't say that. I'd kind of noticed, but I'm trying to avoid thinking about it. But they're all really good people. Oh, so they totally sandbagged for him? That went over my head.
Oh.
10 out of tennis. Haha. So you've been busy practicing with your club then? Actually, no, I barely go. I just didn't want to speak to you.
Then just what are you doing?
With my racket and my ball, the world will be my tennis court. That does not make as much sense as chess metaphors. Anyway, matchmaking parties and stuff. What? Their shouts filled the whole street once again. People turned around and stare. Oh, come on,
Matchmaking parties?
Matchmaking parties?
Matchmaking parties? What do you mean matchmaking party?
What even is a matchmaking party?
I don't know.
Is that speed dating?
What, is it? Does that even count? What's going on?
It's not that surprising, is it? I'm a normal college kid. That's true. I'm sorry. But... Lukaku was fidgeting like he wanted to say something.
How can you go after another woman when you've got your beautiful Ferris? It's unforgivable now.
Don't get the wrong idea. I'm not really interested in girls. Uh-oh.
Okay.
No,
Okay.
don't end the sentence there. Don't end the sentence there. Don't end the sentence there. In fact, I went along with the rest of the club, but there was really wasn't any place for a wannabe normal like myself.
Normies, people who live satisfying and fulfilled normal lives. Examples are people with lots of friends, or people with girlfriends, or people who spend a lot of time at their school clubs, or who go to parties, or who aren't interested in anime, or who go outside Japan during summer break.
I went outside. I have the sunburns to prove it. Yeah. I'll say Lukaku is gonna say
You forgot
something.
the one above it. You forgot the one above it.
What?
Who aren't interested in anime.
This is a video game. In fact, I went. Oh, by the way, I can't wait for the finale of Osamake on Wednesday. In fact, I went along with the rest of the club.
Actually, oh my god.
Also,
dude.
I know. Oh, sorry. You go for it.
I was just gonna say, dude, we had like those two in one episode, which means one more for the entire last episode.
I know. That better be how that works.
Better be how it works.
Anyway. I like that. I know he says normal here, but I'm so glad, excuse me, that they switched it to normie. Like, they're gonna start saying that instead, I hope. Oh my goodness. Heartburn. There was no way I could keep up the conversation with the, well, the conversations that the, well, normal normies had. While the other men and women were having fun, I just kind of sit there. The matchmaking party was a challenge far beyond my capabilities. I wasn't going to tell Ferris and Lukaku that, though. Yeah, normies,
Very
dude.
far away. The other two were up close. Mary stays farther away. That's so nice. Maybe she wants to go to a matchmaking party with Col0n too.
What? Moira wanted to do what? Is she old enough to be interested in that sort of thing?
Because that's when everybody gets together and has a fun party, right?
Evidently not. Although Pin the Tail on the Donkey was actually quite fun.
Well, it's not wrong, but the nuance is a little different, yeah. We could hold it at the lab, of course. Luca and Ferris will come. Oh, and Daru and I and Suzu.
Is it?
Maya returned to me with a guilty look. Suzu, huh? She gets a scary theme song. Pin the spine on Lukaku. But that would be inaccurate. Donkeys have tails. Suzuha Amane, also known as John Tron.
Spine on Lukaku, dude.
I guess it's like Pin the Tail on the Donkey, but if you put the spine in the correct place, you're wrong. A time traveler from the year 2036. A true warrior who was still fighting even as I was trying my best to give up. I'd barely seen her since summer. I was avoiding her. Part of the reason I'd stopped going to the lab was that she spent all her time there now, and I was trying my best to piss her off, which explains the text message, please. Until a month or so ago, just hearing Suzu's name was enough to cause flashbacks, and it was all I could do to endure them.
Flashback?
Moira, what's a flashback?
During
What's
a
a flashback?
Flashback, a symptom of post-traumatic stress disorder. Patients who have undergone extreme trauma can suddenly, without warning, find themselves reliving memories of those experiences. Flashbacks can cause symptoms like palpitations and shaking hands and feet.
Palpitations of the what?
Emperor palpitations. You
Damn.
want this, don't you? Right. Yeah, what the heck? Poor Okabe. Also, come on, you can't talk to my favorite character, also get flashbacks? That's a convenient excuse. Hack writer. Whose name I don't know. Yet. After 3 months, I could finally stand to hear her name. But I didn't think I could keep it together if I met her in person. Of course, it wasn't her fault, and I wasn't blaming her. So I didn't want her to blame me. She'd never come out and said it, but when she looked at me with that razor-sharp glint in her eyes, I felt something like guilt. Because you made a bad decision.
Didn't try hard enough.
Everyone? She's been planning an operation with Daru.
An operation? What's getting removed? Hopefully it's your appendix. That organ is not necessary.
Helps with digestion, though.
It sounds like something the old me would have done. Oh, maybe that's the difference between old and new Okabe.
One doesn't have an appendix.
Yeah.
Yeah, what kind of operation?
Oh.
Operation makes you smile.
All in favor say aye. Aye. Aw. Anyway, huh?
I was busy taking a drink.
Well, get unbusy. The Hoenn Kyoma is stored in the appendix. And pee is stored in the balls. Why was Mayuri talking about this out of the blue? No, maybe it wasn't out of the blue. She might have been thinking about it for a long time. So I decided to respond as cheerfully as I could. Now tell me about it, Mayuri.
Oh. Okay. So Mayushi thinks that Suzu normally She's normally kind of scary, but she's actually a really nice person.
When in the world was she scary?
Well, okay, this timeline Mary only met her from Time
Oh,
Machine,
oh, okay, yeah, never mind, never mind.
World War III.
Oh,
Sometimes when I'm in the lab, I'll start to fall asleep on the sofa. When I wake up, there'll be a blanket over me. When I ask Suzu about it, she says she has no idea, but
oh, I had a similar experience because I'm the one that put the blanket. Why are you giving her credit? Anyway, my dad once asked me to go shopping for him, and I was having trouble on the way back because I had to carry so much, and I'm at the strength of... What's not strong? Oh, me. And then Amane came by, and without saying anything, she took some of the bags from me and carried them to her house.
To
Oh,
her house.
wait, no, I think she just stole. I had no idea. Well, she said that it wasn't a big deal, so I shouldn't tell anybody she took my stuff. I guess I just did. I see. You're probably gonna have to talk to her about that. Uh-oh.
whoa.
So did
Sorry,
something like
what's
this
the-
happen, outside of, you know, the incident?
Don't be shy.
Oh man, what an ending. Anyway, in the Alpha World line, she was a cheerful girl who smiled at everyone and who loved to go mountain biking. But in this world line, she wasn't the type who smiled a lot. This was particularly due to the way she'd grown up.
World War III, baby.
I heard it third hand from Doro, but because of the universal conscription program that started after World War III broke out, she'd been forced to undergo military training ever since she was in middle school. This is war-torn Suzu, oh my goodness. And after that, she joined up with the anti-government forces and gotten caught in a terrible struggle. After that, he said she'd never really smiled. No, I haven't. I haven't touched any of the semicolon, games besides Steins Gate, the dating sim spinoff, and now this one. I watched the show, the Steins Gate show, after playing the game, and I have a really cool phone case.
Daru, I just like how Daru is this universal constant in all the games.
Yeah, that's the one thing I know about any game that's not Steins Gate. Also, here it is.
It's funny.
Isn't that cool? And then here's the wallpaper. It's pretty neat. Anyway.
Neato.
Oh yeah, but if you can find like a like Col0n, and I think at some point he wears like either Spartan armor or military garb. He wears a whole bunch of costumes. Maybe I should watch some more Col0n again just to see if I can't give Steven a layup on that one. Anyway.
So I want Suzu to really smile.
I see.
So what's your plan, yeah? Christmas party.
I thought she was
It's
gonna say
November.
tickling. A Christmas party. Sorry, I can't do two at once.
Party like no butt.
Make sure you don't hurt nobody. Get wild, lose your mind. Take this thing to overtime. We all spoke in unison, or as unison as it gets.
It's almost Christmas, right? And Suzu says she's never been able to do a Christmas party.
It's
Almost
November.
Christmas means it wasn't Christmas. Wink to Steven.
So Mayushi wants to give her one as a present.
I misread that as Mayushi wants to give her one of us as a present.
And that person is you, Okabe.
Soldier.
You are now a slave. to
No.
Suzu Amane.
How do you think that will help with anything? Anyway, Ferris and Luca nodded at almost the exact same time.
I mean, yeah.
High five. Me too.
Thanks. Will you come too?
Huh? Well,
You don't want to?
no, it's not that. It's just I don't think Suzuo would really want me there. Do you? No, I'm not sorry for eating all the M&Ms in the trail mix. Go to hell. Anyway, I was never going back to the past. I still couldn't forget the look on Suzuha's face when I told her that. And it was an expression filled with anger and despair. Stupid trail mix. She must have felt like her last, most desperate hope was crumbling away right in front of her eyes. The words she said to me were still sharp thorns lodged in my heart. But I like the M&Ms. Suzuha doesn't like me, you know.
Maybe she doesn't think so. I think she probably regrets the fact that she got mad at you.
All I did was serve her a heaping pile of betrayal mix.
I think she just can't say it.
Like, you know how she is with her survival food. Trail mix is a precious resource in World War III, etc. But really?
It's the only snack she got packed for middle school.
Yeah, I'm sure of it.
Either that or, like, trail mix was just... that was her reward for doing well. Because normally she just, like, eats the pure, like, peanuts and almonds and stuff. But, like, trail mix is just... It's got M&Ms in it sometimes. So M&Ms just have this, like... really salient sort of like response from her.
Also, yeah, Okabe, you know, ruining the lives of millions of people, yada yada. Okay.
Well, that's only from his perspective and hers and everyone's. Never mind. I couldn't turn her down after Mayuri said that. Fine, I'll think about it. But just please take me with you when you go shopping for the snacks, because there's something we have to avoid. By the way, Okabe, the trail mix is non-negotiable. We bought it already. There was a bit of hesitation in Lukaku's voice. How'd the doctor's appointment go? Evidently, Lukaku had heard about my counseling from Mayuri. Maybe he'd wanted to see me because he was worried about how it went. Yeah, they didn't seize that opportunity, which is good. Hi, Doge. I guess I'm making Lukaku and Ferris worry, too. This world line they hadn't joined the lab, but even so, they were still dear friends. What's a dear friend? I mean,
one of them's a cat and the other's spineless. I don't think they're deer.
What? Ferris rocks.
They're not. No, they're not deer though. Like an animal, different animal.
Dear friends.
Oh, ha ha ha, Martin. Okay, sure, you can leave now.
No.
Lab members, 2 official members of the Future Gadget Laboratory, and anyone who's been given the designation has free access to the lab. Lab members are given numbers in the order that they joined.
Such a missed opportunity to make not Lukaku, Suzuha 007. But Ferris works too.
Yeah.
Will I play Angels with Scaly Wings on stream? No. Probably not. Or I'm gonna give that a definitive no.
No, thank you.
What if they had not scaly wings?
Angels? It's a wonderful baseball team. Anyway.
That's the servants of the Lord.
Yes. That. But, dude, have you seen them on the baseball diamond?
Nah, dude. Have you seen those, like, 7 angels when they're carrying the trumpets, and also when they're carrying those, like bronze bowls filled with, like, fire that they pour out onto the earth? It's insane.
That's probably also cool, but that's just, like, that's their equivalent of, like, dunking Gatorade on the coach after the game.
Except the coach is the world, and the Gatorade is hellfire.
Yes. Will I play with my chicken wings? That's as chicken wing as you're gonna get. Will I stream? No. Definitive no on that one. Never again. Be the imposter to my crewmate. You want me to kill you? Turn off your electricity, have a nuclear reactor blow up and kill you? Okay.
Weird request, but alright.
I've never tried hypnotherapy before. It was interesting. It, like, I don't want to do it again. It reprogrammed my brain. Like, Lukaku, have you seen Toy Story 3? No. Spanish mode. That's all I'll say.
I don't know, Okabe. Hypnotherapy seems kind of sus.
I never thought it would work on me, so that was a big surprise. It worked. Perfectly. Ah.
I bet Lucanyon wouldn't last a second.
Oh, come on. I mean, he's highly suggestible in general, so you're probably right. And wait, yeah, I'm sure.
'Cause the new comic title. Oh,
Oh, yeah, look at that. That's true. Because you can see the L in Xrantiel over there. But, oh well, new
Hey,
comic
dude,
title.
It's the point across.
Yeah, it could still be mistaken. But anyway, new comic title is a mainstay. It was ever since the high school what do I call it besides its name? Sketch comedy show. I used it in the December holiday wrap thing, and then I have used it always since, either out of convenience or just like of the font. It looks nice, doesn't it?
Sure.
Pretty good font.
I'll take that. Lukaku would believe anything you told him. Lukaku, you're a dude, you're a dude, you're a guy, you're a guy, you're a dude, you have a penis.
Granted, he's not denying it.
Oh, good.
Lukaku, you aren't gay. Be normal.
Take your normal pills. Anyway, there was no
Lukaku's
point in
got
standing
normal
around
pills.
forever. I was getting hungry and it was time to find some place to eat. Eat the DVDs. Hey guys, what do you want to eat? My treat. As long as it's not over 5 yen. We decided to head over to Gyodobashi. There were a lot of-
Beef bowl?
Beef bowl.
Sambo.
Sambo.
Please,
Please, Sambo Beefo, Sambo Beefo. This is a new game. You can have new CGs, Sambo Beefo, right now. There were a lot of restaurants there, so it was perfect. But there's only one for me.
Way to go, Kyoma. I mean, Ocarina, you're the best, yeah.
Doge Danganronpa's kind of dumb, but I like B3. Thank you.
What should I eat? Maybe fried chicken?
Juicy fried chicken.
That's all Mayushi ever eats, yeah.
I walked behind the three of them. I thought to myself, what if I pushed them into traffic? I mean, what it would be like if Karisu were here? I mean, what if we started walking faster? I tried my hardest for the past few months not to think about her, but was it because of my experience yesterday that I did it anyway? The
Good night,
expressions and little
Brendan.
mannerisms I'd seen yesterday. Oh, headache. Oh, alright. Okay. No problem. I hope that gets better.
Bye-bye, Brandon, and you do be right. I take no L's. Only dubs on my part, too. They call me the Clash Royale Tower Taker.
There's no W in Forgetful either.
Much.
Or Vsauce Michael. In fact, there's a couple of L's in Vsauce Michael. Or just one, I mean.
No, it's capital I.
Also... I don't know. But I didn't want to say anything. That, probably. With the expressions and little mannerisms I'd seen yesterday. The voice, the way she'd walked. I remembered my conversation with her.
Dude, he's with her.
What?
I'm with her was like a,
Oh.
it was like, you know, like a Hillary Clinton thing. I remember so sometimes my dad will say that to my brother. Like my brothers would just be like, "Oh, look at him, he's with her."
Oh, whoops.
Stuff showing off your secret.
My secret what?
stash. Nah, just the stream actually showed what you showed to the webcam. That's all.
Oh, what?
Yeah. What? What are you talking about? What's going?
Wait, what are you talking about?
I hit my monitor.
What
Hello,
do you-
Rintaro Okabe. I'm Karisu Makise. Nice to meet you.
Willy Wonka. Willy Wonka. Chocolate Factory. Anyway, more importantly than that time-honored classic, the voice and the way she spoke were exactly like the real Karisu. I almost cried. And that was all I could do to stop from breaking down.
Smile. Hey, it's not in the middle of the night, is it?
I love the fax machine noises in the Amadeus song.
Oh, fax machines are still very popular in Japan for some unknown reason.
Anyway, the camera on the PC switched from me to Maho.
No, it's Mao.
Thanks, Dr. Iskedet. No, it isn't. Why?
I was wondering if the two of you were sleeping.
Was she talking about the fact that I didn't respond to her introduction?
I was asleep until just a bit ago, but now I'm 100% awake.
I see, so you're as lazy as ever, huh?
Don't be rude.
Anyway, can I ask a question?
Besides the one you just did, it's not the same!
Sure, what's up?
What's your relationship with Rintaro Okabe here?
She's Maho.
No, she belongs to Dr. Iskedet.
Damn, I told you, not your O, eat my O.
He's a student who participated in the last ATF seminar.
Of all the predictions, Steven, I like that one. Just, are you tired? Ah! Now you're not tired anymore. Oh, sorry. Oh, did you say that already?
Yes.
Okay, thanks.
He seemed really interested in the research, so I brought him here.
Dr. Iskedet's Ho decided not to tell Amadeus that I was a friend of Karisu before she died. Why, I wonder. Did she not want Amadeus to find out? Or was I supposed to tell her myself?
Or maybe I just didn't want you. I wanted you to stop calling me Dr. Iskedet, as if he possessed me. Whatever.
Huh. He must be pretty impressive if you're saying that.
The Karisu on the screen toward me and smiled. Calm down. It's just your dead girlfriend.
So, Okabe, what's your major? Brain science, I assume.
Or should I ask you what's your major malfunction? It's not the same! It's... The words got stuck in my throat. I said calm down! Chug jug sound. Normal pills ingested. You know this is just a program. Her words, her appearance, even the conversation she's having with you right now, they're all artificial. But even though I knew that, I still couldn't speak. I had no idea what to say. And more than that, the words nice to meet you hit me harder than I thought they would. This wasn't the Karisu I'd spent those 3 weeks with. Maho. Dr. Iskedet's Ho had told me this ahead of time, and I thought that I understood it, but hearing it for myself hurt more than I imagined. I regretted not taking my normal pills, but it was too late now. My heart rate soared and my breathing became irregular. My head was spinning and the corners of my vision were beginning to dim. At some point, my lips had gone totally dry. This is making me really thirsty.
Is something wrong, Okabe?
Consume clan. Karisu, name subject to change, sounded worried. That voice software must be pretty good if it could handle nuances like that.
His major isn't brain science.
It's communications.
Bruh, I'm gonna be great.
That's a lie.
But he's very interested in our research.
Karisu. Sad.
Karisu sad.
Is he?
Dr. Iskedet likes him too. At some point, I plan to make him my assistant.
I am not your assistant. I mean, what? My head snapped up in surprise at Maho's bizarre statement. Me? Maho's assistant? That makes our relationship rather complicated. Then I'd go to Victor Concordia University.
Oh, you don't like the idea?
I'd prefer a role reversal rather than a role reprisal, I'll say that. It's not whether I like it or not.
Well, it was a joke anyways.
Damn it. A joke.
Just joking.
Just joking. I'm sorry about that. Did you take it seriously?
You said I could get a new life. You said I could fly away from here. What is wrong with you?
It was just a joke.
I did not. I wasn't going to tell her that I almost did. Oh, it's a... Okay, here's your homework. And I think Steven's only here to accept the homework, but that's okay. Let me show what is it called? Flying or something?
I can find.
Scottish is correct, but it's there's this guy that I'm not as into as like Ivan or Jaden or whatever, but I really like him. He's super funny. He's this Scottish guy that just has
Found
this
it.
very sort of
You wish you could fly.
like mild mannered way of talking, but he's so funny. I mean, in video games, he's a total psycho,
Better.
but
Literally the same link.
yeah. Click on Martin, so you got there first. So
I sent it cooler though.
yeah, him. He's like the what's he known for again? Oh, the steel's heavier than feathers guy.
Yeah.
What's heavier? A kilogram of steel, or a kilogram of feathers? Kilogram of steel.
It-
Steel's heavier than feathers. Yeah.
They're the same weight.
Because they're both a kilogram. What?
Oh, what?
The steel is
Like he's so distraught in that video.
Yeah, he's really good. My favorite one is the D&D hotline with like Jingle the magic elf that killed Jester. Killed Jester.
Yeah.
What? But
Falconus, and I'll be your guide, kid, and your
but Tingle is your friend. You cannot proceed without her. It's my money. I do what I want.
Killed Jester.
Kill Jester, and then oh man, I awesome.
I see. But if you study really hard, it might not be a joke after all.
But don't give me more hope. This is evil. Even if it wasn't, I'd rather be Dr. Eskedit's assistant. He's a colorful character. This was my way of getting back at her.
It'd be harder to be his assistant than you might think. He's a really big kid. Actual child.
As she
I
spoke.
think more of myself more as a caretaker, but
Oh wow, that's a joke reprisal I didn't expect. The caretaker.
Damn.
As she spoke, she quietly came over next to me and tapped me on the arm a few times. I see, so that was it. She was making a joke to try and calm me down. Sorry, thanks.
what are you talking about?
Well, I didn't think subtlety was her thing. Maybe I was wrong.
Maho, excuse me?
Karisu beckoned from Maho within the screen in a very human manner.
What is it? Come a little closer, towards the speaker.
Oh no, not that trick again. She's done that to me so many times.
Shotties.
I hate that song. Maho moved her ear closer to the speaker. I was just thinking about how weird it was when Maho suddenly turned bright red and shouted at the screen.
It's not. What are you talking about? You don't need to be so embarrassed. I'm not embarrassed. Just stop being weird. You sure? I'm sure.
Man, I'm just gonna get these two mixed up.
Yeah,
Years.
I feel bad. Maybe, well, I hope they're not. I feel like they're gonna be in a ton of conversations together.
I'll just get used to it, okay? You know, sometimes
Alright,
Daria
alright.
and Karisu mix up, sometimes Maho Karisu gonna mix up. That's just the way it's gonna be.
I was hoping you'd say like, you know, sometimes I get Kurisu and Daro mixed up, sometimes I get Maho and Daro. Damn it. Yeah, that's most likely it. What are you talking about? It was obvious that Kurisu had whispered something to Maho. What did she say? Oh, because I kept calling her Maho. That I understand why she might misunderstand. Maho glanced at me. No, Kurisu, you don't understand. She's just a side thing. Wink.
Side hoe.
No, Maho, you're Maho, but can we, you know, I want to make a good first impression. I've always wanted to date a computer. And for some reason, she blushed and turned away. Ah, I see. From the way Maho was acting and what I knew about Kurisu, there was only one possibility. Goddamn mainstream woman. I whispered a name I'd often teased Kurisu with. No. No, you didn't. Larry, what's a mainstream woman?
Mainstream woman, a pejorative term used to refer to girls who are easily influenced by trends or who think in ways that men find impossible to understand.
So all women.
However, it is said that only people who use it often are boys who have very little experience with women.
Well, I haven't used the phrase. I just agree with its use. I whispered a name often to Carissa with and suddenly felt a lot better. She must have said something stupid like, "You two make a good couple," or "You finally found a man, huh?" The way she was looking at a boy and girl holding a friendly conversation and immediately assumed they were dating was just like the Carissa I know. Sheltered. Sheesh! What a system. It didn't need to be that... It didn't need... I thought I could... I didn't
You can't just do that and then immediately brush past.
I thought I could. It didn't need to be that true to her personality, did it? I chuckled. See, I was just doing what he would do. Do you think that this Carissa also browses 4chan when Maho and the professor aren't looking too? She can probably read the entire database. Not knowing her, she's probably commenting. Remember Carissa once browsed 4chan on the Future Gadget Laboratory's computer when she knew no one was around.
Flashback?
New song.
Already? Again? What the hell? Fucking Yoshi's Crafted World song.
Seriously.
I just want to listen to music now. I didn't even want to say the
Yeah, I
line.
was doing that. What is this song? A good one. I like the other games like Daru or Ferris is here time to make with the silly song.
No,
but this one's better.
Ivan, you can't just link me that video, okay?
I just want to save it.
Oh,
What is
okay,
it?
All right. It's
Darman
the
one?
no, it's the one with the group from Despicable Me.
Do not click that, please. Do not.
Watch that video.
No, like,
do
it's
not
so
watch that
loud.
video.
It's so unbelievably loud. Do not do it.
It will genuinely break your speakers.
Yeah, do not click that. Do not do it. Like, I understand, haha, funny, don't click on it. Actually, it is so, it's like illegally loud.
Like, it genuinely hurts.
You could hear it come through. I
Steven,
no.
I told you not
Oh
to.
no! I know what we just heard. It wasn't Ivan. Steven lives relatively close to me. That was from his computer. That is the sound we just heard.
Yeah, I put the music, like the video way down, and it like.
You put it down to like 1 and it still breaks your speakers.
Why did you do that?
Ivan, you psycho.
You could have at least
Come on.
prefaced it. Although that did need to happen because I think I'll reference it. Or we did already
like-
with the
Like, you can have
speaker
that
ear
video
joke.
as loud as you can possibly get it. Hold on, I need to find like which audio mixer that on Discord that one comes out of.
Stop playing with it. Also, Martin,
All
you
right,
can...
is that one on volume mixer, and I cannot turn it down any lower in the little bar in the video.
do not click it again. Okay, well we couldn't hear it.
Oh, let me
Oh, has he not played it yet?
Okay, I think it managed to go quiet enough. I still don't want to put on my headphones and have it play because I can still hear it loudly from when my headphones are off. But it just barely made it under that threshold so that you guys couldn't hear it.
No, Strummer, I hate you. If you put that in my Discord, I will ban you. It's evil. It's like an actual weapon. Please do not. Like, I know I speak hyperbolically, but that video is illegal. It is a weapon. Do not post it.
Will
I will
break
ban
your
you.
speaker.
I don't
Like,
ban people. I will ban you. Anyway, are we gonna do the thing now?
Hey, knock before you come in.
Christina, what are you doing when you should be working?
Hey, stay back. Hey, what's with that? Oh, this is terrible, right? Ruffle. What kind of laugh? Right?
Ruffle?
Right?
It's raffling.
I don't know.
Raffle, that's slang short for rolling on the floor laughing. Other variants include lol, laughing out loud, a raffle LMAO, rolling on the floor, laughing my ass off, and a raffle copter, like raffle but with a helicopter. What is it? What's that?
Like Raffle with a helicopter.
Myuri, first of all, you swearing hurts me. And second, you just said the word rafflecopter. This is the greatest tip in the entire game.
At channel, or otherwise known as 4chan, fictional, a huge part of anonymous message boards that's the largest of its
No, I will not take my normal pills. Carissa, you're a computer.
It's flashback. You don't take your normal pills in the flashback, dumbass.
Also, are we
Dude, if
playing
we-
Okabe's
dude, you know,
memories
if
being
we do
uploaded to
that-
the Amadeus system? What are you doing?
Open sesame.
All right, it's out of the bag now. Do you want me to keep crumpling the bag up though?
No.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah, you sound sorry. Beep boop computer. Oh wait, no, I know what this is. This
Um,
is my new stream layout. I'm just kidding. This is my host stream layout. So she goes over here. The little text box goes here, and then some stuff along the bottom. Anyway,
she's a like a
VTuber.
Nah, she's not a VTuber, dude. She's a real anime girl.
Fred, not Christina, or should I say 4chaner Kurisu?
Don't call me that.
I knew it already. Indeed, I'd known for a long time. You reek of a 4chaner.
How rude. My perfume isn't that strong.
That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about your soul's power level, but it's cute how you try to hide it, 4chaner or 4chaner Kurisu.
Do not call me that.
Nah. Your soul's power level, huh? My silly remark seemed to have a much deeper meaning now. No, it didn't. Was the girl in front of me one day going to, as Dr. Eskedet had said, become a real artificial soul? When that happens, what are we supposed to call a soul that still existed in the world after the body was gone?
And what about the flux light?
Shut up. Not dead or alive, but
Dude,
something in
What if,
between.
like what if it's all just the light in the brain, dude?
No, this wasn't
What
science
if that's all
anymore.
it is?
It was philosophy, or maybe religion.
Not messing around, Okabe. Okabe didn't come in.
I thought Okabe was messing around.
Okabe didn't come to here to waste his time with this stuff.
The way you're trying to change the subject makes me even more suspicious.
Yeah, me neither.
Screenshot.
Oh, no.
I'm gonna infect you with a virus.
Okay, so she does know she's a computer.
I was kidding. I won't bring it up again.
Oh, wait, no, viruses are also human things. Damn it! Karisu quickly bowed her head. I bet back. Oh. Bet back? Anyway, I bet back when Karisu was still alive, she had conversations like this with Maho every day. I'm sure Dr. Eskedet had a lot of fun watching them. It was actually kind of cute.
I'm sorry about Okabe. I'm sorry about that, Okabe.
Man, I'm really just apologizing the wrong way. Wanna try talking to her?
Oh. Maho offered me the seat in front of the PC. Karisu's face was on the monitor right in front of me. When our eyes met, she smiled a little. I didn't know she reacted like this to people when she first met them, but my meeting with Karisu went about as badly as it possibly could have. I realized that her prickly attitude towards me could have been unusual for her.
Ask me whatever you want, and I'll answer anything I can.
If Tommy has 4 apples and Sally has 5, yeah. This wasn't good. I was remembering every moment I'd ever spent with Karisu. I couldn't think of what to say. And then the words that came out of my mouth were, "Is it possible to create a time machine?" That was what I'd once argued about with Karisu on another world line. In the end, I'd lost the argument completely. He's bringing it back. Round 2.
Huh?
This time he has every advantage, knows the answer.
A time machine, as you said?
You're going down, science woman.
Where did this come from?
It's just a test. I just wanted to see if she was capable of thought experiments.
Well, Karisu? Let me see. My conclusion is that it's not possible.
Objection! Damn it.
But we don't know for sure that it's impossible, I guess.
What? That wasn't what she said. Damn it, I didn't prepare for this.
I'll begin with my conclusion. The very idea of time machine is the time machine is idiotic.
Oh, because of her stupid dad. That's what Karisu
Yeah.
had said in the Alpha World line. I remember that well. It's like those arguments you have in the shower after you lost one. Something like that. I think the very idea of a time machine is idiotic. I remembered our old debate and decided to repeat what Karisu had said then.
It's too early to assume that.
You think so? Yeah, this is a different approach than I thought he'd take. It's true that scientists all around the world have proposed time travel theories. There are 11 major ones and countless minor ones, but none of them are anything more than hypotheses, and some of them directly contradict one another.
Well, correct.
For example, there's a... No, not again. For
Oh,
example,
this time
there's...
you're saying a monologue. This time, I don't get this.
For example, there's a cosmic comet 895 string theory and a wormhole theory where time travel was possible as a thought experiment, but no one has a clue where you might go get cosmic strings or exotic matter. In other words, it's not realistic. This is also something that Karisu had told me in the Alpha World line, but that Karisu on the screen was unmoved.
Well, it's probably because scientists haven't discovered something important yet.
Damn it, woman! I'm literally taking your side in this argument, and you're... Why? Then you think it's possible to create a time machine?
Well, we don't know for sure that it's impossible. That's what I said, remember?
Your wink is uncomfortable looking. Yeah, her opinion was slightly different. Was this because I was in the Beta World line, or perhaps... Hey, Hyunjo. She knows she's made from a copy of the original's memories, right?
Of course.
Then, I can't think of a good example, but... Is it like identical twins? You can't tell them apart at birth, but as they grow differences differences start to form. As they grow, differences start to form, or something like that? If you understood that sentence at all?
Kind of did. We're still investigating that, but if the memories they build up are different, I think that of course they become something different from the original human. The professor agrees with me whenever he understands what I'm saying.
Post Malone ad. All right.
Oh,
Bye, Jaden.
is he saying he got a Post Malone ad, or is he the Post Malone ad? Because now we're talking about Post Malone. That's effective advertising.
I think he got a Post Malone ad on Twitch.
Yeah, I see.
Well, I do that. Yeah, and I'm posty.
It was then that I heard the door shut on the other side of the. It was then that I heard the door on the other side of the partition slam shut.
Is that the professor?
Oh God.
From the loud sound of the footsteps, I'd assume so.
He
I mean,
is
he's
so
just, like,
imposing.
It's me.
I could definitely hear somebody stomping around outside. And then after a heavy knock, the door to the booth flung open. Here's a skedet. Ah!
What you gotta do in my casting room? Lintalo.
Lintalo? The professor opened his arms wide as he came inside. He grabbed my hand. Oh, I thought it said head. And began to wave it around.
Oh, he mispronounced Okabe's name.
What?
Lintalo. That's
Oh,
that's Okabe's
Lintalo.
name.
I hadn't realized he was this friendly. He seemed to think he was giving me a handshake, but it felt like I was being worked over by a pro wrestler.
Hey boy, what's up?
Oh, I'm fine, thanks. And you? Oh. I am mad scientist. I am fine, thanks. And you?
Babe, your English is terrible.
You're one to talk. Shut up, Christina.
Christina?
Ugh. Oh no, I was so focused on the professor that I used my old nickname for her. It's nothing, don't worry about it.
I am worried about it. Why am I Christina?
It's usually Christina. Anyway, I told you it's nothing.
You're freaking out over a lot over nothing.
I said shut up, Karisu. Karisu and Maho both seem lost in thought. All alone.
You're over me, Mao.
I realized the professor would not know what being lost in thought is like.
You called her Christina, huh?
Oh, you two, just drop it. I didn't want any more questions about this, since the professor was here, and Anyway, I decided to ask more about how Amadeus's memories worked. Professor, is it possible for Amadeus's memories to be externally modified? But the professor wasn't listening to my question. You seem to be frantically searching his pockets for something. The hand buzzer is back. Come to think of it.
I could have swore I denied in here somewhere.
To come to think of it, I didn't see that translator device on his ear. He must have been looking for it, which meant odds were he didn't even hear my question. Oh, he's got a device in his ear. Oh no. That's another, not speaking normal sentences. The other thing I said. Device in his ear telling him what to say. I'm telling you, dude, salute the Marines.
Salute the Marines.
Modifying my memories, it's theoretically possible.
Clarice herself answered in the professor's place. Because she's more qualified.
Well, for example, it would be possible to make me think that my name was Christina. But memory data isn't like normal data, it's much more complex. I'm aware there's no successful attempts to modify it. And even if the attempt succeeded, I would notice it and repair myself. I keep logs in areas that only I can access. In other words, a secret diary. There was a discrepancy between my current memories and my diary. There's a very high probability I've become suspicious.
If you take a copy of her memories and then paste it when you demail or time leap, you can have two people. Oh, wait, so I'm not sure I comprende.
What?
So he's saying
So
that like if
like-
you time leaped using her memory data that shifted a world line, he'd still have that memory data on the other side and could like alter the memories and have her remember the other world line. But I doubt
Basically,
you could send
if
like,
Okabe was to upload his current memories, Alpha World Line Christina would be this one.
yes. Or no.
Yeah.
Wait. Oh, maybe. Oh, that's not what okay. I don't think that's what Steve and I were talking about, but that's also a good thought. I think what Steven's saying is like you could like because sending data across world lines is what the time or like dmail. Wait, what do you?
Yeah, if Okabe was to upload
Amadeus
his memories
can-
of
Amadeus can time leap with.
Yeah.
yeah.
Well, alrighty then.
Suspicious.
I mean, apparently she doesn't like having her memory altered, so who knows? Maybe we can't do that, but maybe it is theoretically possible.
And
But yeah,
again,
you
a certain
certainly
someone
couldn't-
didn't like octopus sausages.
Nah. But you also could probably not. I don't know, but I certainly don't think you could time leap while.
Practically everyone is reading Steiner.
Well, there's that too. But
So,
would computers. But I don't think you could time leap with anyone's consciousness because you're not like nothing gets sent back with you. With Dmail, there you sent a different message. Anyway, I'm not screenshotting that, by the way. I'm not you.
oh, my phone is going well off.
What?
My phone is going off.
You have a phone. In there?
Anyway,
What more? My memories are backed up at regular intervals. Even if they were altered beyond the point where I could self-repair, I would still be able to restore them. I wouldn't lose any memories that I'd formed between then and the last backup, though.
Wouldn't you?
I would.
Oh,
I might have said would,
hmm,
but I wouldn't have said wouldn't. Wait, wouldn't.
I see.
Error, error,
Did you
error.
say into or out of? Regardless
Error.
of the topic of discussion, it felt strange. What Maho had said before she loaded Kariso was true. I was starting to feel like I was chatting with the real Karisu. The way she wouldn't let you get a word in edgewise when she started talking about science was exactly like the real ones. It's interesting, though. I turned to Karisu
It's
and spoke.
interesting though, these coincidences.
You ever ponder that before? Anyway, you're able to consider yourself objectively as a machine. From what I see in books and comics, I'd expect you to say, I am not a machine, I am human.
That's pure nonsense.
Even humans speak of themselves as a combination of hardware and software, right?
No.
They just call it biology and psychology.
Oh,
Or something. What's the difference?
I see.
She's better at comebacks than anyone I know, isn't she?
When she heard this, Kurisu turned toward Maho. Her CG eyes big and round, though it's really just the camera sensor moving.
You know, Maho, it may not be any of my business, but you should watch what you say. You finally got your chance. What if he stops liking you?
What? Come on, don't bring that up again.
But it's what I find most interesting right now.
It's what I find meaningless right now. What if this is the last chance you'll ever get?
I don't know that she does, no.
You're the one that needs to learn how to watch what you say.
Dr. Esqueda was clapping his hands together and laughing. I had to chuckle a little too. Afterward, the three of us, including the professor, talked to Kurisu, discussing technical subjects and making small talk. The next thing he knew, it had been almost an hour. I actually felt a little sad when Maho told me it was time to stop. In just a single hour, the strangeness I felt about Amadeus had disappeared, and I felt like I was really talking to Kurisu. Aha, aha, aha. Dr. Esqueda stopped me before I left.
Hey, no, interested in being a tester?
I tilted my head when I heard the professor speak through the translator.
Amadeus doesn't have a lot of conversation samples. I've got all the kids in my lab helping me as much as they can, but it's not enough.
Amadeus is still in the research stage, and we just can't let anyone talk to it. And we can't just let anyone talk to it. Oh, voice reverse.
Also, I realized that the joke I just made was for no one, because I just visually on stream when he said Okabe tilted his head, I did the Monogatari, like I turned around and like made my neck do weird thing, which really hurt because of the sunburn. But I realized that you couldn't see that, and the people who could wouldn't get it, so I made the joke for absolutely 0 human people. Anyway.
So you said the joke out loud.
Yes. I thought Ivan would appreciate it.
I did. I always appreciate me a good Monogatari reference. So I want you and Talo to help us since you were our friend.
I remember they mentioned something about being a tester at the party, but I don't remember much of it after that. Anyway, so this is what they were talking about.
The professor and I will be staying in Japan for a while, so we'd like to be a tester while we're here. But your job will be talking to Kurisu. There's no real quota, just do it when you feel like it.
I wish everyone else operated under those principles.
But twice a month I want you to report on your testing with me and the professor.
Oh, homework.
Oh, hey, I'm sorry, but we can't pay you. I want you to keep that in mind when you decide. I'm aware it's a cruel task to ask you to talk to an AI that's perfectly identical to your dead friend.
Oh, well, I wasn't thinking that.
If you're not interested, you can turn us down. I'll turn you down with a knife.
I'll turn you down for what? I remembered what it had felt like to talk to Kurisu. When the monitor was just about to turn off, this is what Kurisu had said. Let's talk again sometime, Okabe Rintaro. That's what I'd hoped to hear, or that's what I'd hoped for when I came here, wasn't it? I'll do it, please let me do it. I thought I was ready when I accepted the job, but I'd never expected this. Real life phone. What?
And he's getting Mama Data call, dude.
Hello.
What makes you say?
I know.
I'm on your phone now.
Kurisu was displayed on the screen. Yes, it was Amadeus. The
My
app.
Persona 5 strikers steal from this game.
The app the professor had given me allowed access to the servers at Victor Concordia University from anywhere, 24 hours a day, and we're hacking this later, baby.
First off, yeah, we got free angst, but app, a short term for application software, any software that can be used by downloading it to your OS.
Thanks, Myri. What?
Oh,
Of course you'll be able to contact Kurisu.
and of course there's going to be unnecessary flashbacks of scenes that happened 2 seconds ago.
Flash forward, flashback. Flash forward, flashback.
It's Ari Ferretta in
They
time.
pulled the classic 132, dude.
Yeah, I hate the 132. Where it's, well, no, okay, so wait, so 1 was this in the experiment, 2
Well,
was
3 was
one-
them going to Akihabara.
It's like, well, 1, okay, just in terms of just what's transpired in the past couple minutes. 1 was flashback up through Okabe become like him being like, yeah, I'll test your app. Now he has the app and starts talking to Kurisu, and then now it's back to scene 2, which is after he said, yeah, I'll take the app, and then Maho telling him what the app does.
But also, there was a flashback to original Steins Gate kind of somewhere in there. This is all transpiring during a let's go to dinner scene. And then there were a
What
million
is going
flashbacks
on?
before that.
I know, because
Like
they
a
were
game?
walking. Yeah, they were walking to dinner. Then he was like, "Yo, I wish Kurisu were here."
Yeah, which is, like, I love that. I wish
we're,
Kreese
we're
were here.
still in a giant flashback.
Yeah, I know, it's so annoying.
It's awesome.
Which this game, it messes with time a lot. So it shouldn't be allowed to story mess with time. If messing with time is going to be something we have to keep track of, this is annoying.
Game, don't do it again.
Also, yeah, I guess she's conscious all the time and can just call him whenever.
But Kurisu will also sometimes contact you. When that happens, talk to her.
No.
I don't know. The robot gets lonely.
This I hadn't predicted. I never thought she would call me. Or that her face would be displayed on the screen.
Or should I have introduced myself with it's Christina?
She looked really mad. I could guess why. I'd gotten 8 calls from Kurisu, and I had ignored them all.
Maho and Dr. Esqueda explained things, so I thought I'd call myself to make a proper introduction, but I didn't expect you'd refuse to pick up 8 times. Why aren't you saying anything?
Talking to a realistic girl on my smartphone with so many people around was pretty embarrassing.
Well, if you don't want to talk, that's fine, but what's with you? I was sure this was my chance to talk a little more than usual. I feel like an idiot. Just know that during the test period, I'm always connected with you. Contact me whenever you feel like it. I'm busy, so I don't always know if I'll be able to answer your calls.
Busy doing what? Man, what is this? More than that strangely polite, friendly Kurisu from yesterday. Angry, stubborn, more curious than anyone. The way she seemed to be constantly challenging you. Here are her character traits I will list for the 500th time.
Anyway, goodbye, I guess.
I realized that this was really Kurisu, Mikise Kurisu. Genius girl, age deceased, graduated from a top American university, etc. That was the girl.
But a robot.
But a robot now. That was the girl I'd spent those 3 weeks with. Lab member 004, my assistant, aka Mikise Kurisu. Her movements were a little more jerky than I'd seen on the computer in Dr. Esqueda's office, but evidently that was because of the smartphone. This alone was able to make me feel like my heart was being squeezed dry. I stood still, holding the smartphone tight.
Kilma, I mean, N0rmal, what's wrong, yeah?
Oh, I'm coming. Yeah, the past tense. Oh, new edition. Also a robot now. I thought to myself as I ran to catch up with the others. Maybe Dr. Esqueda was right. For once. And this test would be a very cruel thing for me. But even so, in my mind, I was already starting to think about what I would talk about with Kurisu.
Hi.
Ty?
Bye.
What is this?
Wait, are we not in Okabe's perspective?
Oh my
What the
god,
hell?
no, please don't be more confusing. Mahoyaja was remembering. She was remembering the last night she'd spoken to Kurisu Mikise in person. No.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh,
Okay.
this ain't Okabe perspective. What is going on? Oh, oh, America.
Oh no. Wait, I mean, oh yeah.
But
I can get used to this.
Uh-huh.
same remix?
What
Does
do
this
you-
count as a remix?
Oh. I believe so.
The song.
Why? It's
Serious.
yeah. That's so. It's a flashback and it's someone else's perspective. Goodness gracious! Is this game not gonna have time leaping or DMailing or anything? Like,
Do you think on that computer screen it's John McCain's brain tumor?
yes, absolutely.
Oh, and there are a lot of brain scans.
It's just one brain scan from different angles.
Seriously.
One tumor, 9 scans.
Seriously. Why do I have to do this now of all times?
That night, Karisu was whispering to herself a lot. Victor Concordia University's Brain Science Institute. Maho and Karisu worked in the same room at the lab. Thus, Maho was forced to hear Karisu's angry mumblings whether she wanted to or not. A little was fine, but she'd been acting like this all day, and it was keeping Maho from concentrating. She finally snapped and turned away from the paper she was writing.
Hey, Karisu.
Let's see.
Hey, Adam. Since you can also do a falsetto, would you mind just temporarily taking over for Maho?
I can do that, sure. I was gonna ask, but then you said I can do it. I can do it too. So I, shot down last time.
I mean, I think it's good when Okabe's there. I can probably bounce between the two, but when it's just these two back and forth,
Oh yeah, I get you there. Ivan, can you do the epic narration?
Yeah. Also, I want to say that remember now it was just white text on black screen.
Yeah.
There was like in Near Replicant, there were these stupid segments where it would just turn into like text game, and it would just be like text, pages, full screen of text for like probably like half an hour. If I hadn't just skipped through it, because I could not be bothered to read that much, dude.
Text-based adventure
going, like,
games
flat.
can rule, but they don't a lot.
English was the language most commonly used at Victor Concordia University. When the other staff and professors were around, she'd always use English, but when it was just her and Karisu, Maho would often speak in Japanese.
Would you stop it?
What? Stop what?
Wow, I did not expect to remember that. There was a running joke with my cousins for a while, where like one of them would be just annoying the other one, and then the second one would say, "Stop what? Stop what? Stop what? Being awesome? I can't."
Funny.
Sorry, dude, they're awesome. Anyway,
Can I say something I wanted to say?
Karisu stopped messing with her luggage and turned around.
that is a sacred Photoshop. I hope you understand. I'm not going to say that inserting yourself into it is tarnishing it, but I will think it. I guess because he's dead. You're so loud that I can't concentrate. I need to turn in this paper by tomorrow.
No, Maho, you don't sound as high as your normal self. I think you need to go
Because
higher.
then it would get confused with Suzuha. Shut up.
No.
Yeah.
Was I talking to myself?
Want me to sue you for violating the local noise ordinance?
Sorry.
Local noise ordinance. Oh no, I said that.
Karisu apologized and started to scratch the back of her head.
But you're just going to have to.
Wow.
Yeah, why can this not be Maho's internal dialogue?
Maho decided to calm. A better idea. Maho decided to calm down by standing up and going to the shelf where the research notes were kept, and there were several books that she needed for her paper.
He has a really shoddy memory, so he just sort of writes things down and reads them out loud to remember them.
But they're all on the top shelf. It's short beat.
Oh, she said the end of the word.
It must be this must be someone's idea of a prank, she said,
No.
as she stared up at the heavy book. You started to try and reach for it, but no matter how she stood on her toes, she came nowhere close. Tiny little arms, slender, if you will, seemed to be like her dead, seemed to her like dead branches waving in the wind as she bit her lip. After she skipped grades to go to college and then come to work at this lab, she had more chances than ever before to hate her small stature.
Dr. Riskett, kind of like describing things in a like almost poetic way. So he's a good writer. He just picked the wrong profession.
Yeah, rap, rhythm, and poetry. Come on.
Whenever she walked outside after dark, the cops would stop her. Even with her ID, she couldn't get into bars. And buying medicine and alcohol at drugstores was a pain.
Why are we getting this? Oh my god.
The most humiliating part was that no matter where she went, everyone thought she was in middle school. No one believed her when she said she was 20.
Wait, you can't get alcohol in America at 20.
Everything in
nice try,
America was just
Japan.
too big.
Oh, that's probably why she couldn't get alcohol, even after the ID.
Shall I get that for you?
Shall I get that for you?
Creature noticed the trouble Mao was having and came over. But Mao was stubborn and she decided not to pretend to do nothing wrong.
It's fine, I'm not having any problems.
Sure you are.
Aside from the usual, I'm not.
You sure?
I'm not. I mean, I'm sure.
But there's a book on the shelf I want to.
Get your own
So-
book.
Thank God for the constant narration
Yeah,
interjections.
yeah, this should just be internal Maho dialogue.
Carisha easily reached up to the highest shelf and grabbed the book Mao wanted to short beat.
Oh, man. Sorry, whenever the narration starts or we read a tip, I go to munch on something because I don't want to eat on camera. But, never enough time. Must be nice to be so tall.
No, I'm not really that.
Oh, God damn it.
Carisha covered her mouth when she realized she said something she shouldn't have.
Well, thanks. That's a big help. If you need something in Japan, tell me. I'll send it. Oh.
I will.
That wasn't supposed to be sarcastic.
I thought they were still bickering.
Carisha handed over the book as she spoke. And suddenly her eyes went wide and she began to sparkle.
Hey, Maho, about what we were just talking about. You being short. What?
What were we just talking about?
Talking to yourself.
No, you were talking to yourself. Oh.
It looked like Carisha would come up with a new idea.
Oh my gosh, I hate this so much. This is the worst. Please never do this again, game.
It was a regular occurrence for Carisha, and Maho was used to it.
This is like a fan fiction.
Wouldn't it be a proof of self?
For Amadeus?
Yes.
Yeah, if she started talking to herself, I'd be pretty surprised.
No matter how advanced Naya was, she wouldn't talk to herself unless she programmed her to do that. And there was no need or even a point to a feature like that. When Naya started talking to itself, that might be a good indication that there was a self to talk to. But Maho hesitated to agree with her.
You should watch what you say here. Don't forget there are a lot of people who think that a soul is something God gives to humanity, The stupid non-science idiot brains. I hate God. It's just so awful coming out of my mouth.
Dot dot dot.
A lot of
Possibly
stupid
more.
idiots.
No, that's right, isn't it?
Grishu's expression named just in case you couldn't tell. Grishu and Mao were both treated as heretics in the lab,
Good.
especially since they were Japanese and women.
Good.
I can respect that. And Grishu was simply too talented.
This is fan fiction. Are you reading this? They hated God. Also, they were Japanese and women. And they were just too smart and talented.
Nobody ever actually did anything, but a lot of the older scientists would definitely avoided her. Dr. Skettit was the chief scientist, and the fact that he liked the tool was all that let them do their research in peace. If the other scientists heard what Grishu had just said, who knows what they'd do.
Scowl?
Maho patted Grishu on the shoulder.
Well, go have a good time in Japan and refresh yourself.
I'm still not happy about that.
Why? I think you'll have fun.
Well, if I'm doing an exchange, it should be to a graduate school. Why high school?
It has to be high school, right? By Japanese standards, you should still be in high school.
By American standards, I should still be in high school.
Oh, yeah. Just accept that the professor's doing something nice for you.
Maho remembered what Dr. Skate had said. Grishu has a fragile personality. All the bickering in the lab is putting her under a lot of stress, and she's at a limit. Might just ruin her as a researcher. That's what the professor had said, and he was really worried about her.
Dr. Skettit fan fiction.
If he wrote it, it'd be good. Or at the very least, fun to read.
Yeah, I'd be talking about his nine and his hoe, how awesome and smart he is.
And Einstein and how he is the second one.
Mhm.
I don't think there is one. It's not Maho. It should be. No,
Is
it
it?
can't be Okabe.
Oh. Who is this man?
Narrator.
You can't just go from a first
Right.
person to a third person perspective in a novel game.
I don't care.
You can't do that.
I don't know. I don't think they do this in the show. I think they just do a normal scene instead of constant. Karisu scratched the back of her head.
You don't have like a Kaguya narrator in there.
Yeah. At least he's fun. Anyway.
Yeah.
And you have to go to Japan in July anyway, right? So it's perfect timing.
Yeah, I'm actually kind of down about that too. Bored by it, actually.
Yeah, Akihabara Technoform, was it?
I'm still not used to giving lectures. I don't know what to do.
Now that you're published in science, expect a lot more of this. You need to practice. You've been published in a major scientific journal and everything.
I'd rather not. Practice, I mean. Published in a scientific journal? I mean, that's pretty good. Ever actually read that paper I wrote?
No.
Good. It wouldn't work for you.
I can't reach the
Grishu
news station.
whispered to herself. Mao didn't like being around lots of other people either, so she knew how Grishu felt. But there were a lot of scientists who wanted to be published in a major journal, so then go get public lectures. And she'd beaten many of them to win that honor. People were jealous.
Why is this important? Why do we need to know this?
Her responsibilities. Even if it's just to shut them up.
Shut
What? Wait, I'm.
Maybe I'm not that much better though.
Oh,
Mao
what-
laughed a little and hated herself for doing it.
Wait. Is
That was
it or
Maho
is it
saying
not
that.
Maho? Oh.
No, it's not. No,
That
no,
is
no.
Oh,
all
this
The
is her
dash.
internal dialogue. Just have Maho do it. Just have Maho just take Okabe's role as the protagonist. Have her think. Oh, this is awful. Maybe I'm just as
maybe-
jealous as they are.
Maybe today, that feeling, which was a little like fear, was something that she always felt.
Game, what are you doing?
A
I
girl
couldn't agree
in
more.
front of her was just that different from my hope. Someone she could never reach no matter how hard she tried. Someone who surpassed everything she'd ever done.
Mom? Can I say that? Or is that
No.
like Dr. Sked?
Not when Dr. Iskedit's here, you can't.
Grishu peering into her face, confused. Mao felt
I want to be
flustered.
out of the scene. Get me out. Are you meeting your dad in Japan?
She'd heard that Grishu's parents weren't divorced, but that they were separated. Her mom was still in America, and her dad was in Japan.
How did Jan transfer through the computer? What the hell?
No.
After Mao said it, she wondered if that was too personal a question. But Grishu smiled a little.
Yeah, look at that. Oh.
Actually, I got an invitation from him.
Oh, yeah? Uh-huh.
He's announcing a new theory this summer. I'm thinking of going to see this
Yeah.
announcement.
Well, that's
You know,
dope.
Maho, if you're bored, you can go.
No, it was new theory?
And I mean, I can finish packing on my own.
No, I'm interested. Please keep talking.
Grishu's smile changed to a small expression of consternation.
I haven't heard the details yet. I know it's got something to do with the theory of relativity.
What's the theory
Einstein.
of relativity?
Einstein.
What is the theory of relativity?
It was me. Einstein.
Theory of relativity. The term theory of relativity refers to two theories published by Einstein. The special theory, published in 1905, and the general theory in 1916. These are the source of the famous equation E equals mc squared. Special relativity
Makes clears the fall.
clears
Oh,
up the following.
I think it's.
Clears up the following. Matter cannot exceed the speed of light. The closer you get to the speed of light, the slower time gets. If you reach the speed of light, time stops. The closer you get to the speed of light, the more your length decreases. If you reach the speed of light, your length becomes zero. The closer matter gets to the speed of light, the more its mass increases. If it were to reach the speed of light, its mass would become infinite. General relativity adds the following. Time slows down in the presence of a strong gravity field. Space compression in the presence of a strong gravity field. Space compresses in the presence of a strong gravity field. Mass increases in the presence of a strong gravity field.
Yeah.
What?
Maybe you
Mao
should go
felt
on Jeopardy.
like she was hiding something, but didn't question her anymore.
Anyway, take care. I'll be expecting presents.
Well, what do you want?
Since you're going to Akihabara, why not something rare? You know a lot about Akihabara, right?
Why do you say that?
Because you're Japanese. Anyway, you're always reading those sites during breaks.
Oh, what? Did Amadeus tell you that?
Nah, but Amadeus wouldn't do that. You know, sometimes I'm right behind you and you're so busy watching videos that you don't notice.
I can't believe you found out. Damn, my carrots.
You actually seemed upset for once. This really surprised Mao.
Oh my goodness gracious. Please go back to Okabe. I'm sorry. I don't take back what I said, but I'm sorry.
Maho, please don't tell the others.
I don't think it's really something you need to hide, but... Oh my god.
The idea of sharing a secret with Grace who made Mao happy.
Got it, I won't tell anyone. Just, the narration does nothing. It's nothing. I don't care. Doesn't mean anything. It's all flavor text and filler. Just let them talk.
Brr.
Thanks so much.
Carisu's eyes started to water a little.
Creature seemed genuinely relieved. Mao continued.
I can tell that she looks relieved.
There was nothing. There was nothing there. There was nothing.
Hey.
Nothing.
Once you get back from
Oh,
Japan,
that-
let's find out if Amadeus can talk to herself.
Amigos.
Guys,
Hey,
Maho just continued right there. I don't know if you picked up on it, but that's what the
Oh.
that's what that was trying to tell us, is that she continued.
Oh yeah. Well, first of all, we've lost a little of our Okabe protagonist bias because Okabe is no longer Okabe. But it grinds everything to a speeding halt. But I guess I should not.
I
talk
hope out of
because I'm
nowhere
really-
this becomes a mainstay now.
No, I would stop playing. I would stop playing.
Creature looked very happy.
This is
Creature had a
not
very happy look on
A
his face.
text-based adventure game. I can see her face.
It was the face of a born scientist, no, but the promise of two of them.
Never fulfilled.
It felt like she was just thinking about Creature more and more.
No. Nuh-uh.
it was actually just a prank the whole time. I was the one doing that. Gotcha.
Maya was in the middle of a conversation with Garisu.
Yeah, that's right.
And she shrugged,
Don't you think it's
smiled,
strange that
and
Dr.
said,
Heskedit's got such a high opinion of him? Oh, whoops. He handed over your access rights to a guy he'd only met twice. Is it really wise to trust him so much?
He looks like a nice person.
Yeah, the normal pills work. Yeah, I can't tell if he's got any ambitions or not. I feel like I don't really understand him.
Do you like him?
Would you cut it out?
Maya brought things close, but Garisu.
Well, there's no real need to hide it, is there? I can understand why you didn't want us to say anything yesterday when he was right in front of you, but now it's just the two of us. And we could make it if we try. Just
Just
the
the
two
two
of
of
us.
us. Building castles in the sky. I really don't feel that way about him. I still don't even know who he is.
Well, I see. That makes sense.
Garisu let the marriage job inspired Maya a little.
But what does interest me?
Well, what is it?
No, it's nothing.
Maya had best not time to what a vocability because she would like it.
That's better.
Did my original and Okabe know each other?
Maya, she would have been with
Oh,
Garisu
no.
and reading mind.
How could you tell?
Well, I came to that conclusion after listening to Okabe and hearing her response. It's all just circumstantial evidence, but do you want me to show my proof anyway?
It's fine. Knowing you, the conclusion's perfect.
There's all these words like that.
Well, if he has memories of me that I don't possess, it's likely to cause problems with our conversations.
I'll leave it up to you to how to deal with it. He may bring it up, possibly, and if you want, you can ask him.
Maya sure didn't know how many it is at all.
Feigning ignorance is the same as lying, isn't it? I should be able to get some good data, I think.
Hmm.
Yeah, she was interested, but that's how many it's worked on her coherent British memories.
Maybe it's because I'm in Japan.
It's been a week since she arrived as first day. Yo, there's something that I didn't get to catch there.
Whoa.
Can we find out what that is?
No, different perspective now.
What? No, 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 no. Who the hell is that?
Akihabara Radio Building, an 8-story commercial building in front of Akihabara Station. It contains a lot of computer and hobby shops. On the 7th floor, there's a plate that reads "The Birthplace of Personal Computing."
Oh, that's what this building says. Didn't they take it down? In the real life?
No, that was the ATF building.
Oh.
That was the one with the.
No, the radio building had 8
machine on it.
floors. Anyway,
Trouble setting her
no.
for now. December arrived. So good and tired. What was cosplay though?
Who the hell's Fabuki?
Cosplay friend, first game.
One of my Aries friends.
Oh, it is?
Cosplay, short costume play. The act for dressing up in costume in Japan. Cosplayer first dressing up as a character from an anime or manga by people cosplayer called cosplayers, or sometimes just layers.
Oh my god, Shrek is a layer.
Dude, Shrek has layers.
It's a 10:30.
Oh, yeah, you wanted to...
I mean, I just wanted to head to bed early. That's all.
Okay,
Yeah.
I can do that
So I
for
could,
you.
like,
And besides, this is new, damn it. Like, again, I wouldn't mind protagonist switches if we got to hear their internal dialogue and not the stupid narrator that I'm going to skip every time. Conversations, especially in games like these, are more fun where you don't have the narrator telling you objectively what each character is thinking when they're saying it or what they're doing. Figure it out. Is
No, I mean, it's
Kurisu
just a-
nervous?
it-
Is Maho continuing?
Yeah, I mean, okay, it makes sense for Okabe to have these assumptions when he's the protagonist, and like again, but you can't just switch from a first person perspective to a third person perspective
No, and just
and
have
still
Maho
expect the
think-
pacing
like,
to
yeah,
be the same.
because characters like they are not, you know, perfect narrators. Okabe thinks things that are wrong, and thinks wrong things about people, and is a complete nutcase, or at least was, but he was our nutcase. Damn it. The narrator is infallible. It knows what Kurisu is feeling and thinks exactly, and now we are being told it instead of it being demonstrated to us in some fun way. It's so stupid. I never want to get off of Okabe ever again. Even though he is crazy and takes his normal pills and screams bloody murder in Spanish, I don't care. Give him back now.
Granted, no, I think it's people screaming at Okabe in Spanish.
Oh, well, he yelled aye aye aye.
Guess we became part of the telenovela.
Oh no. Alright.
They be wildin'. Serious Okabe on the left.
He's got more eye lines than I. Hair looks good though.
Steins Gate Zero is weird so far.
I did save. Also auto saves everything.
Yeah.
Looky.
I'll do that next time I'll watch something with you, Adam. Just pause it every 10 seconds and explain to you what's going on. I have been seeing the entirety of the show.
I will kill you.
These new writers are
Not if
studs.
I shoot you first.
Look, if you click the Oopa on the bottom left 500 times, it detonates the bomb
Yeah,
under
I've seen
Ivan's chair.
Sorry, dude. I already ate that bomb and dissolved it in my stomach.
Oh, good. It'll be quicker then.
Nah, it's been turned into my muscles, like, and that's why I beat Owen and N0rmal at work the other day, because I have bomb muscles now, dude.
Didn't you twist his wrist?
Yeah.
It's hardly playing fair, is it?
No, part of arm wrestling is winning the wrist battle, dude.
Uh-huh. And part of track is shooting the other guy in the foot before the race starts.
No. Because in an arm wrestle, you're already making contact and, like, pushing his arm, like, trying to get it down.
Right, his arm.
And,
Not his
like, getting
wrist.
his arm into, like, trying to get his hand into a position that makes it harder for him to push back on you is part of the game.
Yeah, I know. I was thinking that same thing, Steven.
Okay. I was actually curious about the difference of the writers. So, from Steins Gate to Steins Gate Zero, 2 of them stayed the same. 2 of them dropped. And then they hired 3 more writers to replace those
What
2
about,
that
like, the
left.
director, though, for the game?
Yeah, the main dude. one
The
that-
director... Well, alright, there's one director for Steins Gate, Tetsuya
That's him.
Matsuura, who is also a writer.
He was also
And he's also director for Steins Gate Zero, along with 3 other people that joined him as director.
Oh no.
He's probably just kind of there in name.
That sucks. Poor guy.
That sucks.
Could you imagine, like, making
Wait,
something like
actually,
this?
no, never mind. No, he wasn't even a director. He was just producer. Sorry, Matsuruba was just
Yeah.
a producer. He wasn't a director for this
Yeah.
game.
Like, I couldn't imagine making something like this. Making something like Steins Gate, having all these characters of mine, having people really enjoy it, and then just getting bureaucrats shoved to the side as they want to make a sequel that I didn't want to make, and then they just sort of trash it. That would break my heart.
I mean, I don't know if Zero is complete garbage, right? But
No, I don't think
it's
so.
definitely different, and the change in writers and directors shows.
Yeah.
Let's just put it that way.
If they want to tell the story they're telling, it shouldn't have been Steins Gate. They should have just made their own thing. But they can't because it's not that good, I think, whatever story is here. So they had to shove Steins Gate in it. Okabe's taking normal pills. And yeah, I know. Nothing. Well, okay, hold on, Steven. The same thing happened with the original, so we should calm down a little. If anything, I think it has, like, besides the opening day of, like, crazy time travel. No, actually, no, I'm totally wrong. Because Steins Gate had a great opening. Like, but there was that long stretch of nothing. Yeah. So
the hook was the ending of the first game, but it was a lot shorter of a hook.
yeah.
And it wasn't.
And we knew that already, so it wasn't fun or new or interesting. In fact, all quite the opposite.
It would have been neat if this was like a new property. And we just had this dude who was like messed up, but we didn't know why.
Oh yeah.
I think no, because like at least I'm under the assumption that this is a story of Okabe returning back to his glory or whatever, in
Better.
the sense of like, you know, he's overcoming these problems. I mean, wouldn't it, I think it'd be interesting to just see, like, I don't know. I think it's still important, I guess, to have that contrast between the old and the new. If you wanna see him overcome and return to back how he used to be, but like, I don't know. I just think it's more like just them messing with the structure for no real reason.
Yeah.
Because I think it still could be an interesting story, especially with where I think it's going. I think it is an interesting story that fits into Steins Gate fine enough, but like, why change the structure of how the story is told?
I don't know. The reason I liked Okabe so much is because he had that, like, total... Like, he was a total nutcase, and then everything got way too serious, but he still, like, kept on being a total nutcase in spite of everything, and it was, like... It wasn't a coping mechanism, and in fact, quite the opposite. But just, like, him putting on that, like, sort of mad scientist front as everything about his delusions came true, you know, was just so cool. It's such an awesome idea, and I really like it. I hope this game has something even half as cool as that, because now they're holding cool Okabe, someone who has, like, achieved an awesome balance between his, like, mad ramblings and being a good guy. You know, he achieved that at the end of Steins Gate, or at the end of Steins Gate. And now they're holding that character hostage from us because he just gave up.
He gave up.
It's Lukaku. It's the same principle as the Lukaku ending. It's not Okabe. Because he just gives up. What the hell?
Mary walked up to him and was like, "Hey, listen, Okabe, it's okay to give up." So he gave up.
It's dummy. It's bugging me a little bit already, and that's not good. But maybe that's just because the stupid narrator thing, and I'm just talking out of my angry. Like,
I mean, if anything, I'm not complaining about Okabe being Sadkibe. I'm complaining about the narrator, his existence. Because why?
will take a lot of good writing to get me to appreciate it all.
But why introduce perspective switches and like a narrator? It's adding.
And not have the main, like, because again, that's cool. I think like the eternal bounded phonogram, whatever extra elite stuff has the other characters become the protagonists, and you get to see things from their perspective. I think, from what I know about it. Oh, I'm super bothered. But like, just have Maho have internal dialogue, and she can also be wrong. It's not hard. It's easier. Well, no, it's not. But anywho, sorry, I've been rambling for long enough, and no one even mentioned like 16 personalities or June Meta or anything like that. I guess this is a new
so
something
good.
to add on to the pile. Also, this is what I was talking about. The longest subtitle of all time.
There's no said that there is a start in the game. What and what? I don't know. I can't read that. It's too blurry.
Oh, anyway. That's that. I don't think it's gonna happen next Thursday, because I'll be off in vacation land. Tomorrow is my last night. I don't think I'm gonna do anything before I leave. So this is it for a little bit. That makes me kind of sad, especially because I'm ending on this note. But hopefully there's some.
Sucks to be Steins Gate 0.
What's up?
Sucks to be Steins Gate 0.
I think so.
The game that God does not want us to finish.
Yeah, really. But... all right. Later, skaters. See you in a couple
Bye.
weeks. Where's my off button?